You've been going on about this for the best part of the weekend, also the best part of this show. You've purchased something that you think that it's going to make me revere you.
You think you've been saying way. You've been going, we're ready, all day. We're packed, we're ready.
I'm ready to go.
Well, then you're an idiot because there's something we've overlooked.
Okay,
something which yet again it was down to old Hamish Preparedness Blake to organise.
The same Blake who didn't bring a sleeping bag,
but found one. So I've got one.
What is it?
Well, Ando,
yes.
You mentioned to me during the song, you said, what is it? I said,
I'm quite nervous.
I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to tell you on air. You said, I hope it's a weapon.
Yeah.
It's close.
Great.
It's more like an insignia on a weapon.
What is it?
On the weekend, I got myself a tattoo.
Oh!
Little anchor on the left gun. That's genuine. Hurt.
You actually got a tattoo for
it killed. Killed for about 4 minutes. It's not very...
Aren't you still meant to have it covered?
Yeah, but I took it off so I could show you. It bled a lot too. I think I've got quite delicate guns. It bled. And there you go, mate. That is an anchor. And that says to the ocean, I'm ready, fear me. And that says to a shark, do not bite, poisoned meat. You're dead.
It's not that big.
It's massive. What are you talking about? It's big. It's not the smallest they can do.
You've gone halfway. You've clearly gone...
No, I haven't. It's a good tat.
No.
See that?
No one's impressed.
Look at the ink. It's like a sleeve.
No one's
Thank
impressed.
you. Thanks very much.
No, do not clap.
People are clapping. It's like the start of a tattoo
sleeve. People are clapping. They can't even see it. They're 2 metres away. They can't see it. Hamish, did you go in and go, what did you ask for?
I said, I'm not that cool with needles, but I want a tat. I said, I want something that will make me a sailor. And they've given me an anchor. And I've ripped my shirt now, and I'm going to wear it like that. I'm going to keep it ripped so people can see the ink.
I don't know what to say.
Well, good job, mate, because it was bloody stupid to try and sail Bass Strait without a tattoo of an anchor.
100% for endeavour and commitment. It's just not that fierce.
Of course it's fierce. What are you talking about? It killed. It's a tattoo. It hurt a lot, mate.
I cannot believe that you've had a tattoo.
It was like having a cat scratch you for 3 minutes.
I know what they're like. It's just that you normally hope for a better outcome.
Better outcome? Kids, listen to me and listen to me good. If you want the sea to fear you, get a tattoo of an anchor. It's awesome. It's tough. It's a billboard that says back off.
You're like the kid that pushes his hair up and spray paints his mohawk rather
Where's your tattoo, mate?
I don't have one.
Well, then I officially outrank you now in all matters boat-related because I'm the one with the anchor tat. Anyone else got an anchor tattoo around at the yacht club?
Hamish,
I outrank everyone.
You are a great seaman.
Thank you very much.
What I'd like to hear on 131060 is people that have regretted their tats because I think
I don't regret it. Don't regret it for a second. It's going to be the last. I mean, we might die out there, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Probably shouldn't have got it then, actually. I actually need it in this instance where we don't die.
131060, what did you think? Because it's small. To describe it for everybody, it would be no bigger than
do littler ones.
A 10-cent piece.
I asked for the littlest, and he showed it to me, and I said, no.
Just carry a microscope with like a magnifying glass everywhere you go, just so you can hand it to people to go have a look at my tattoo.
Showed it to my girlfriend last night. She had no trouble seeing it.
Yeah, from close range.
She actually cried. Yeah, Anna wasn't that impressed with the tattoo. She cried because she said I'd ruined my body.
I cannot believe it.
But I don't regret it. She'll learn to love the tattoo like I love it. It's a symbol of toughness. It's like I'm Chopper.
131060, do you regret your tattoo?
No one will call.
Well, Michelle rings in on 131060. Welcome, Michelle. Ahoy.
Ahoy, boys. How are we?
Ahoy, Michelle. You've got a bit of ink?
I do myself, but my girlfriend actually is a person who we're discussing today. She half-assed also, didn't want to get nothing big, went for her star sign, which is Aries, and unfortunately came out with a tattoo that looked like the McDonald's arches.
That's actually my star sign, which is a coincidence.
Thank you, Michelle. Amanda, 131060.
Hello.
Well, talk Hamish through this. Will he regret this?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I got a tattoo. I was with my ex-boyfriend now for about 3 years, and so I thought, oh yes, I'll go get his initials tattooed in China, in Chinese.
Yeah. Oh.
We broke up a week later.
Yeah.
I told my mum it meant happiness.
Yeah, they all do, I think.
But no, it's my ex-boyfriend's initials.
But you've got two levels of safety there. Number one, it's initials, and you could have made initials mean anything anyway. What are the initials?
DG.
It could have just been like damn good or Dolce & Gabbana. Could have been anything. And number 2, it's in Chinese, so you can tell it means anything.
But Amanda, what did your mum say? What can Hamish expect from his mum?
My mum went off her head for starters.
Yeah, my girlfriend cried. She didn't really like the tattoo. I was expecting a little bit more respect, and she cried and said, "You've ruined your arm." And I tried to tell her it wasn't that impressive in the first place, but she didn't like it. And my mum is out of the country, so she's very anti-tattoo. She's on holidays in Argentina, and I knew she couldn't be contacted. Simon, wrap this up for us. Have you got ink yourself, Simon?
Yeah, we did, guys. Last year we all went on a trip to Ayers Rock. And we all decided, hey, we'll go get the tattoo of Ayers Rock on, like you arch your back just above your bum crack. And I think the tattooists have tried to go into too much detail, and it basically looks like a semicircle with dots. Looks more like a ladybug than Ayers Rock.
Well, you've just got a ladybug crawling out of your crack.
Simon, the thing is, like, I'm wrapped for Hamish because he's excited about the trip, but he never sails. He's not going to need this again. And my guess with yours, you never needed really a map of Ayers Rock on your back.
Not really, and especially not one that looks like a ladybug either, really.
Sure. And it's also a sacred site too, and I think it's probably somehow borderline offensive in there too.
It's time.
It is time, Ando. Exciting for the People's Show. Let's start with the good news.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, we're going to go and catch up with Pink and have a chat to her before another one of her concerts. By now, she has the concert down and she doesn't really need to memorise any of the lyrics before she goes on stage. So she has a bit of free time. We're very excited to go and catch up with her.
And we're talking about, in other interviews, we do like a name-based game. For instance, we went robbing with Rob Thomas.
Great fun.
With paper mache with Nick Lachey.
Just last week, we had Rob Sitch's Sitch-Ups.
And it was in this vein, Ham, where I turn to you and announce what game I think we should be playing with Pink.
And this is where things get tricky. Because, look, I agree, Ando. You've come up with a pretty good idea. It's easy for you to come up with it because it all involves is you thinking of the pun and someone else going through the lifelong commitment.
I think it's what the listeners would want. And they can chime in on 13.
Would you like to explain it to people?
Yes. The game would simply be called Getting Ink with Pink.
Yeah.
Now, for regular listeners of the show, you'd know that Hamish has, albeit a tiny tattoo.
No. I have a tat. I have ink.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you have ink, cool. We're in a very special gang. We're tough.
I'd hazard a guess to say it's not enough ink to be in any type of gang. But with the help of Pink...
You can still find the gangs around.
With the help of Pink, who is a tattoo artist. I mean, I've read articles that says a lot of her crew members have been given tats by Pink.
Yeah, we did find out that she can tat.
Yeah.
She's got the skills.
Haim, I'm sure she'd be up for it. Why not during the interview, you just add a little dressing? Add a cherry to what is already a fine dessert
to my anchor
on your left bicep.
It's a sleeve, then, isn't it? It becomes a sleeve.
Well,
I think one's cool, two's a sleeve. It's like two's company, three's a crowd.
At the moment, it looks like you've got a mole size anchor,
mate. It's as big as a 10-cent piece. That was 38 seconds of sheer pain.
Yeah, well, we need...
Okay, you're inkless. You don't know what it's like. I've been under the needle. I came out the other side a man. I entered that parlour a young boy. Now I'm a veteran of planet Earth.
I just need to confirm this, because obviously we're going to have to organise a few tools with Pink.
It's incredible feeling. It's like an ink mitzvah.
Pink loves tats. She'll be up for it. Her boyfriend...
Here's the thing.
Kerry,
what about
this? He doesn't get out of bed without getting a tat.
Ando, whilst Getting Ink with Pink is a good name, what about, hey, Pink, what's that stink? And we bring in a box with a skunk, a box with, some sort of maybe we find some horse poo.
Yeah, another poo-related topic for Hamish.
Well, don't you think that's a clever name? Hey, Pink, what's that stink?
I think she'd be much more happy coming to an interview where she doesn't have to have a peg on her nose.
Pink 182. We get her to sing Blink 182 songs.
Does anyone remember that band?
Yeah, damn it. I think that was a pretty big song.
Stuart on 131060. Stuart.
Yeah, mate.
As a spokesperson for the people... What degree of pressure would you like to put on Hamish right now?
Hamish, you got to do it, mate. Don't pike out.
What we have here is an old-fashioned peer pressure off.
Speaking, mate, get the ink.
Get the ink from Pink.
You've already got one. You can get a heap now.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
Danielle would like to chime in. Now, maybe she's on your side, Ham. Danielle, what would you like to say?
be tough, Hamish.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan, I am tough. Have you seen the anchor? It's massive.
I haven't seen the anchor yet, I'm sorry. I think you should add to it.
Well, just imagine a really big anchor, then shrink that down a bit, and that's what you've got. All right, here's the thing, Danielle, and you'll understand this too. When I got the anchor before we went on our tall ship adventure, just to toughen me up for Bass Strait, I showed my girlfriend going, check it out, I'm ready for the voyage. She cried.
Oh, God.
She said, you've ruined... I used to love that arm. She'd never mentioned it before. I didn't know she had it.
She got another one.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know it was one of her particularly favourite arms, but she said, you've ruined your body. And so there's a bit of me standing there going...
a number of meat pies ruined that body ages ago.
Several fast food outlets are responsible. I think both my hands have ruined the body by what they keep putting into my face. But she cried and she was a bit devastated. The thing is, if I get another one, it's not like she's used to it now. She doesn't like the tattoo.
Yeah.
However, I do think it's funny. What about this? Everyone listening, if you know my girlfriend Anna, or you see her in the next few days, let's just keep this between us, all right? This is our secret. She doesn't have to know about this. If she texts me in the next 10 seconds, I'll know she's listening. But if not, I'm in. All right, let's just count it down for a second. Haven't got a text yet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I gave her fair warning. I gave her fair warning.
Maybe she's getting in with Pig. John, you have a comment?
Yeah, mate, I saw that alleged, and I'll say alleged tattoo on the website, mate.
This is Hamish's tattoo.
My current ink. Yeah.
It's your ink, yeah. Mate, this is your chance to get a real one and become a man.
John.
I mean, the amount of ink that's on that thing, that wouldn't be classed a tattoo in the insect world, would it? Let alone the human world. I mean...
You talk the talk, John, but, mate, it's almost half a 4-pen on that. There's a fair bit of ink in there. An anchor is a very delicate and painful thing to do. It took me the best part of a minute to get that, John.
Mate, did he even fill the gun, or did he just say, no, he used what's left from the man before?
I passed out. I passed out briefly, and he did a lot of it while I was unconscious. But the point is, I got it, John. I got it, and it rides proud on my aft cannon, my left arm.
Well done, John.
Hang on, what tattoo am I getting from Pink?
She can choose, I reckon.
As long as it's not a W next to the anchor, I'm cool with it.
I've got a feeling tonight's going to be a great night. We're off to catch up with Pink.
It's going to be good fun. I'm going to become a bit cooler, a bit more fashionable, a bit more in with the in crowd, further into the in crowd, perhaps into the inner sanctum of the in crowd. I don't know.
Really?
Probably go clubbing after we meet Pink, because I'm getting a tat.
Yes, she's a tattoo artist, so we thought, why not offer her your arm?
Yeah,
I thought that.
A sizable canvas.
You came round. Yesterday, decision was made.
Here's the thing, Ando. Whilst the name...
Your girlfriend cried after your last tattoo.
Yeah. Whilst the name Getting Ink with Pink is a cool name for certainly an activity to do with Pink tonight, sometimes, and don't get me wrong, sometimes spur-of-the-moment decisions can be terrific.
Yeah.
But sometimes the thing about spur of the moment is it's happening right now. And the thing about 50 years from now is it's ages after the spur of the moment, but you still have the tattoo.
Yeah, that's it. And that's all exciting. Now, Haim, I have made contact with Pink's cat.
That's good. Well, can we cover off on the girlfriend thing for a second?
Have you told Anna yet?
I've spoke to Anna. Yeah.
Well, have you told her? I mean, we all speak to our girlfriends on a daily basis.
You've got me on a technicality. Well done. I was hoping I'd slip it past you. No, I haven't spoken to her about this, if you must know. But yes, I have spoken to her many times about many things. Who can remember all the things we talk about? She cried after I got my first tattoo, Ando. And I thought that was hilarious. That was going to save us. And it did save us when we crossed Bass Strait in the tall ship. I got a little anchor. Well, fairly big anchor. I actually asked for it smaller, but it's not actually the smallest you can get. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to perhaps involve her at the permission level of this tattoo.
That's our grey area at the moment, Ham. You've said yes to the tattoo.
The
fact that it's entirely up to Pink what she puts on your arm is excellent. Let me just read from her camp. Pink is thrilled that she'll be tattooing Hamish tonight.
Good.
That's good. I think we'll see an extra high knee lift in any of the dance moves this evening.
Yep.
I think she's pretty pumped for this thing. All tattoo equipment has been organised and will be on site ready to go.
Is the word sterilise used at all?
Don't know.
Okay.
So I'm sure they'll cover that off. As long as he doesn't wimp out! !
God, who wrote this? Carrie Hart?
No, this is from...
No way, mate.
This is from the Sony publicist tab. Very exciting. Now, I said to her, to Pink, it's completely up to you. I did suggest a couple of things.
Yeah.
Kerry Blake.
My mum's name.
Well, a lot of people go with just mum. I thought actually having your whole mum's name
Go
might be
Karen
better.
Cecilia Blake. So there can be no confusion.
I thought that'd be good.
I had an idea.
Yeah.
Just to stitch you up a bit, because I notice you're not getting a tattoo. Wouldn't mind Megan on there.
Yeah.
I think that would look very nice, seeing a little love heart.
What about, well, we discussed having a W in front of the anchor.
Childish.
Well,
I mean, if it's going to be a tattoo sleeve.
Also clever. So I put that out there. Noughts and crosses. There's often that we're travelling, Ham, and I'm bored.
Yeah.
So I thought just a nice little, or a noughts and crosses kind of.
It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, you and I could play.
I mean, inbuilt game system.
I thought that would be
like
a suggestion. This suggestion came in, Ham, from a Ron Davis. And he's 47. And he said,
Howdy, Ron. Thank you for hitting us up on the website.
I do like the fact that Ron's gone, I think if Haim's girlfriend is afraid and cried, it may have been because it was an anchor. Converting the anchor to a rabbit might solve all his problems.
It's not Mr. Squiggle.
Have a look. I'll put this up. It just looks like a rabbit with an anchor for its nose.
We should put that at the website. If the anchor is the existing size of the tattoo, that rabbit will cover my entire arm. Yeah. He's put some thought into it, though.
He has. He's done a good
giant rabbit, though. I don't want that one.
From 47-year-old Ron.
Now, as we've discussed yesterday, my girlfriend doesn't technically know about this just yet. I know she's not listening to the show today. If anyone, this is a bit of a message for people that might know her, might sort of come across her. This is between us, all right, at this stage.
Are we going to cover off permission from her in after 5 o'clock?
Look, don't worry. I've got everything sorted. Got an message from my mum here, though. Please reassure me you're not serious about this tattoo thing. Please. Interesting that text message just came in after the mention of getting her name tattooed on my arm. Even my mum doesn't want to be on my arm.
One of us is a lot more intimidating than the other.
Back off, everyone.
Well, gosh.
Tell everyone how many tats I have now.
2.
Yeah.
Beats me.
Beats you by infinity%.
No, mate, I got
nothing.
one. I got one. Remember you
have a dot on your back where I stabbed you with a tattoo gun during a photo shoot years ago.
Counts as a tat.
No way, mate.
So you're beating me by 1.
I got real ink. These have been designed by professionals.
Hamish,
if you're a bikie out there, 131060, do you want me to join your group? I'm not going to do any fights or anything, but I'm happy to help out around the clubhouse. Give us a buzz.
Please don't call.
Like if you're having a Scrabble night or something, I can bring along. Got magnetic Scrabble, got Pictionary. I'd be an asset to the club. I will go to the highest bidder.
Hamish got inked by Pink. I can't say he was totally tough through the whole experience. We're going to do that for you straight after 5. She did pick out the design. It wouldn't have been my first choice. It wouldn't have been my 5th choice.
The funny thing is, 2 important things I need to make mention of. 3, in fact, at the head of the show here. 4 points I need to make, and that is, I'm capping it at 4.
Okay.
Number 1, photos are at hamishandandy.com. Number 2, she's a very good tattooist.
Yeah.
She had skills.
Yeah.
Pink knew what she was doing. Number 3, this tattoo that she drew was of her own design, and she'd been drawing this picture since she was like 8 years old, I think she said.
It hasn't improved.
Yeah. Number 4, no, I'm not the new Ruby Rose. Please stop emailing in. Yes, I like girls. Yes, I have heaps of tats.
Last night we caught up with Pink before her show.
Yeah.
Amazing show it was. But the amazing show, I thought, was what she was going to perform on your arm, my friend.
Just to give people a bit of background, we were backstage at before a concert. I already have a tattoo, quite a masculine anchor.
Very small.
Oh, you can get smaller.
Can you?
A little bit.
It was very exciting. Obviously, Pink had set up her own little, I suppose, bring your own tattoo parlour.
That's right.
Which we had set up in a room, and her hubby was there. Carrie had come in. It was we were pretty excited, Ham, about the whole thing. I think you were a degree of nervousness from you.
Well, I forgot about the pain aspect of getting a tattoo because, I mean, the whole reason we were doing this with Getting Ink with Pink was too good a name to pass up as a segment. So me, as the tougher, braver one of the two, was put forth as the canvas.
Or the sillier one. But you can take that either way. Haim, it was exciting. You didn't know. This is the other thing that was up for grabs. You didn't know what Pink was going to choose. We gave her carte blanche as to the artwork that was going to be on your arm.
Whatever you want to do, Pink, whatever you're feeling artistically you need to get out, just throw it down.
Then we pick up the action when Pink arrived.
You really want me to tattoo you?
It looks like that this is going to happen.
I've never tattooed sober.
That's good to hear. That is great to hear.
Well, first of all, before we reveal Hamish's current, you'll be creating a sleeve here.
Yeah.
This is the start of a sleeve. Now,
Okay.
please don't think that means you have to do a massive one, but you have.
No, they're tiny.
You have creative carte blanche.
Don't reveal the.
I was thinking either the frog on. Oh, don't reveal
Oh,
it.
hold on.
Frog?
Hold on.
Frog is a big call to have on your arm forever.
No, it's better. It's a frog on a skateboard smoking a joint.
Okay, that is me. Love trees, can skate.
Well,
all about
I thought
herbs.
either that or just the words "anything can happen," and then when you explain it, you're like, "Yeah, Pink tattooed me. Anything can happen."
Anything can happen. You know,
I
you're
was talking more of a pink was here. Could be good. Or
I actually, a friend, I was tattooing in Carrie's shop years ago, and a guy came in. He wanted me to tattoo a heart on his ass, and his wife was there. So when I got him on the table, I got his pants down. I said, wouldn't it be funnier if I drew a little penis and wrote "Pink was here"? And she was like, go for it! And I did. And the next day when he finally stopped rolling, he came back in.
and got it changed?
No, he showed everybody. He's like, this is a conversation piece.
Yeah, you didn't even need the words. Just the symbols is a conversation piece by itself.
Showing someone your ass is a tough conversation starter, though, I'd imagine.
Did he get locked up after that, or no?
No. Carrie's
Carrie's in the background there going, no, it's not illegal to have a penis tattooed on your ass. It's not smart, but it's not illegal.
So, Ham, you knew it was to be a frog on a skateboard
that was
smoking a joint.
First time I saw the design, a smoking frog on a skateboard. It was me in a nutshell. It was like I was looking in the mirror.
Did you glance across at your girlfriend at that point?
No, I wasn't brave enough to, because I know Anna wasn't condoning it.
The tattooing...
Apart from the fact I don't smoke and I can't skate, it was just like, this is me.
Hubby Kerry was in the room, Ham.
It is a very odd tattoo.
We'll try to relax her, you, and pretty much everyone before we got underway. Before we get into it, then, a couple of questions with regards to your tour. I mean, you're halfway through a decade-long tour of Australia, so 5 years.
You're going to be a very old woman when you leave Australia.
58 shows, I think it is at the moment, and there's the last 200 tickets left or something around the country, so if people are keen, go to Ticketek.
It's not sold out?
It's close. I think you've announced more seats. I think they're trying to... I think there's seats on top of seats. I think they're selling this people's shoulder space at the moment.
Currently, Federal Parliament is making it a law that we must see the show if we want to ever receive health cover. So
great, good.
That's where we're at the moment. Pretty much everyone's seen it.
Before we get to Hamish's arms, how are you holding up? Quick medical check. The vocal cord's intact. The
vocal cord's intact, back is working, legs working, shoulders a little sore, but it's on.
We're on pre-game warm-up. We saw a massage table going around the back here. Do you get a bit of a pre-match warm-up?
That's actually for Carrie.
Oh, really? And you're not even doing anything to...
You are simply watching. You like to watch in a very relaxed state?
No, I got a little banged up before I came back out here to Australia, so...
He got hurt in a truck race.
Yeah.
Good times.
A little stiff.
Was it like an organised truck race, or...?
Yeah, it's called short course racing. It's basically supercross, what you see on motorcycles, but in
in
trucks.
A truck with a roll cage.
It's pretty intense and a lot of smashing each other and big jumps. And
that's the new hobby.
Well, I wondered this. I mean, your shows, it's very physical. There's acrobatics involved. Every time you hear of Carrie doing something dangerous, is that when you go to the drawing board again for your shows and go, okay, I'm going to out-dangerous him?
I've been trying for 8 years to impress him. Nothing works.
Really?
Yeah, he looks at the trapeze, he goes, oh, it's safe.
I'm completely impressed by the show. I just know that it's all safe.
I would have to light myself on fire and do a backflip on a motorcycle screaming, I'm a fire engine! And then he'd be like, cool, that was rad.
All right, well, let's review. Now, Hamish, do you already have a tattoo?
I already have ink.
Okay.
Pink. So I know what's going on. You and I and Carrie, I think we're all in a sort of a pretty special club.
I'm not sure if you're in the same club as them.
Yeah, no, Carrie's got a little bit. He's got
a full sleeve. He's actually got a skivvy that goes up the neck and both down the arms.
I think apart from your fingernails, we're pretty much talking almost all of it.
I'm pretty heavily tattooed.
All right, would you like to reveal?
I tattooed him. I tattooed his butt.
Did you really?
First tattoo ever.
Does he know what's on it?
It started out as supposed to be a skull, about the size of a quarter.
And it's his whole butt cheek.
Being the whole social distortion skeleton, so...
It's not that good either. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was drunk, and it was my first tattoo, and I didn't know you had to refill the ink. So I'm just running all over his ass for about 15 minutes.
These are all not great things to hear just before you get a tattoo done by somebody. I was drunk. I didn't have the ink in there. I was doing it with a samurai sword. I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, I'd love Hamish to reveal his current tattoo to Pink. And
gorgeous.
And we can see how...
You ready, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Ooh.
Is that real?
You bet it is. What do you mean, is it real? Yeah, touch it if you want. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough, huh? It's
that's the start of a sleeve.
That is, isn't it? It's the first stitch of a sleeve.
All right, you want to pick your frog?
All right, Ham.
So these are my designs that I can choose from.
Okay, there's 2 different designs of a frog smoking a joint on a skateboard.
That one's easier to do.
Yeah.
That one is cuter.
Which one did you draw, Pink?
I drew that one.
This is from your hand. Well, I've got to go with that one that you've drawn. So you've been drawing this since you were...
Since I was 8 years old.
And has it been refined over the years, or...?
No, that's it.
Just kind of a smoking frog on a skateboard.
That's it.
All right, let's launch into that. Okay.
He doesn't have arms, though.
That's cool, Ham.
That's cool. Maybe that's why he's smoking. It's impressive. I'm just impressed. He's lit the cigarette and he can skate. He only has 2 legs. Pink, where do you want to put it? Because you've got, obviously, a fairly sizable canvas to work on with my aft cannon here.
You want it right up there in case you want to cover it?
Don't be silly. Yeah, maybe just under the anchor. So now it looks like the anchor's dropping onto the head of a smoking frog on a skateboard. The symbolism's amazing. My girlfriend is really scowling at me.
Yeah.
She's not rapt about this.
I can understand.
Anna really, Anna loves guys with tats, and so in a way, I really expect this to...
Yeah, but she doesn't think you can pull them off. Oh. Carrie, on the other hand, she is, wildly attracted to you yourself.
I'm coming for you, heart. All right, so what do we do? Do we sterilise it first? I feel like that... I don't remember.
We don't really have time.
I feel like I was quite woozy last time. There was a lot of panic sort of surging through my body, so I don't remember what happened.
You've got an assistant here, Pink, which is fantastic. As you put your gloves on, I might ask you another question about the shows.
Does this make you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was going to be a custom search before the tattoo started.
Got to make sure you're healthy.
All right. As Pink puts on her gloves...
Is there one thing, like, throughout the show that you try and make different every night, like the beginning of The Simpsons?
With this kind of show, it's pretty set because there's some... You can't change the song to the trapeze. The spontaneous part is that my microphone's actually on and I talk to the audience.
Oh, good. Pink is moving in here. We've got the stencil of her frog there and available. And what's the first manoeuvre you do here, Pink?
Do you need a shave?
I think you're clear there.
I am 1/8 Italian, but have been blessed with hairless upper arms.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that, huh?
No. Oh, this is bad stuff.
I forgot it.
The word I'm supposed to do that, huh? Okay. Pink.
Are we definally starting now? I forgot about the pain.
Do you want to get out a painless question to Pink? Is there anything that...
Where'd you guys go on holidays? I'm just saying really quickly because I think I might pass out in a second.
I think I might too.
How'd you guys go on holidays? I'm serious. Just
yeah,
don't
we were good. We had a great time.
Cool. Did you go to any big stuff? See a big koala? Big...
Lots of wallabies. A tree frog jumped in my eyeball.
Really?
And I screamed.
In your eyeball?
Really loud. But in a weird scream way that Carrie's never actually heard that noise come out of me before.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
All right, you ready to go?
Okay, Anna, I'm really sorry about this. My girlfriend is not happy. I love you. Now, I know you have tats, so I'm not going to impress you by being tough, but pretend to be impressed by how tough I'm being, okay? Because last time I had a paddle pop stick to bite down on. I had a biting stick.
Do you want a biting stick?
Yeah, can you get me a biting stick?
Here, bite on the razor.
Amy's got a biting stick in. Pink has got the gun ready to launch. Needle going in.
All right, I've never done it with an audience either.
This is good.
I'm nervous.
Oh, mate, join the club. Join the club.
False start, everybody.
Because, there's such a thing as having a great rhyming game, like getting ink with Pink, and then there's another thing to be sitting here with you with gloves on about to tattoo me forever.
I've never done this sober.
I like she's about to perform to 15,000 people, but it's all like, this is a bit nervous.
We're going to be cool after this, right?
Totally. Do you want me to do a tattoo for you?
No.
I do like an eagle on your back, but with my head. A heagle.
All right, we'll catch you the action here.
There's a lot of buzzing. We're not in yet. It's in. We're on. Oh, God. God, I'm brave.
All right.
See you, brave boy, Hame.
Good start. It's working our way around. I can see the lines working. This is amazing, Pink. You actually got steady hands. How's that hurting for you, Ham?
That's cool. It's cool, mate. You're talking to a guy that, once I got the anchor, I kind of got addicted.
Oh, we've got half a leg.
Doing well.
You're doing really well, Pink. Doing really well. Good steady hands. Oh.
First wheel has gone on the skateboard.
Oh, the waiter just took my braveness and gave it to Jessica Sims. Good steady hands. Really good steady hands.
The skateboard's pretty much in. If we get another wheel on... Oh, good work. That looks fantastic, Ham. Steady hands.
Does the frog have a name?
The skateboard's
Anything
done.
you want.
The skateboard is done. It's gone. The
Brave boy. God, I feel like I'm going to get jelly bean after
It's
this
all
if I'm a
coming
good
back
boy.
to me now.
This is good.
Who else have you tattooed? Because we heard that you've tattooed a few people, but...
I have. I tattooed Carrie. I tattooed his old tattoo artist. I did a full piece on his leg. I did my tour manager, some of my dancers, my background singer, my old drummer, my best friend. I've done a couple, but it's just been a while, and I've never done it sober.
Could I be in your security team now? Because
it's a very
I've
different
proved...
experience when you're sober.
Just making sure that the skateboard's a little darker as she runs across the bottom there.
I guess you might say, Pink, how do we feel this good? Sober, huh?
Mm-hmm.
She got it.
It's better to keep it going than to start again on the same line, because it's very rare that you meet the line exactly.
That's true. Am I right? This is, for all the...
He's not impressed.
For all the young kids at home listening that want to tattoo their friends, it's important to get tips.
You're not really even bleeding, babe.
Thanks. I know, I've got...
You're not going...
Could I be a superhero? Has the needle snapped because my muscle's too strong?
No.
Hasn't it? Must be like a reinforced needle or something.
Is this the flabbiest arm you've ever put a tattoo on?
You don't have to answer that, Pink.
No, it's not.
Really?
Thank you. You can answer that. Is it possible that my muscle's too big and it will push the ink out?
It's possible.
Do you think it's happening?
Not yet. You're almost done, babe.
Oh my gosh, this has been a lightning.
What are we drawing in now?
The smoke.
We're drawing in the smoking frog.
There was some discussion, Pink, to get Anna, Hamish's girlfriend, across the line on this one. That writing Anna's name would have been good.
In some tattoo circles, that's taboo.
Is it?
But Carrie has my name on him.
So you've broken the taboo, the tattoo taboo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not one for superstitions, really, so... Actually, I did it when we broke up, too.
So at the time...
It got me back.
When Hamish and I stopped doing the radio show, I'm going to get Hamish tattooed on mine in the same place.
So am I.
Hopefully we get back together.
Do his face portrait, like, on your forearm.
That'd be really sweet, Ando.
Yeah.
And then, depending on how that goes, I'll see if I want yours on mine.
So
Pink,
we're done.
What do you think?
You are finished.
That is a work of art by
Very
Pink
proud of
herself.
myself, babe. Come look.
Carrie,
It's been 2 years.
As a man who
Been
is...
2 years? I didn't know it's been 2 years since you tattooed anyone.
That looks really good. Look
Doesn't
at
it?
you.
Hey,
bad.
Nice.
look at us. I'm like a family project.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pink, thank you so
Wow.
much. That is
I
extraordinary.
was really nervous.
You did a great
did
job.
all right.
You're about to go out and perform in front of thousands of people. Not
I'm
nervous
way
about
more
that?
nervous about this.
This is fantastic.
That's
Pink,
2 hours. That's forever.
Yeah, it's true. Pink,
Yeah, just remembered that.
And you'll want to wash this with soap and water in a day. Or actually, like,
he's
if you're
not
up
the best at washing himself, Pink.
in an hour? Yeah. Oh,
Wash it within the hour.
okay.
That's in the middle of your show.
We're about to see the show. Halfway through the show, can you yell out, "Hey, Haim, remember to wash that tab"?
If I remember, I will.
Okay, thanks very much. Because I'm already feeling a bit dizzy and I've only had a few chips for dinner.
Fantastic.
It's really good. I mean,
We did well.
We made a great team. I sat here and barely cried, and you were really steady.
Wow.
Well, Pink, I mean, on behalf of Australia, you've
You guys are amazing.
you've
Who knew that our little connection at the Arias would birth this kind of love?
Exactly.
I would now have a gorgeous birthmark done by Pink. Are you starting to bleed a little bit, isn't he?
If you were drunk, you'd be pouring.
Do you bleed a lot more when you're had a few?
When you're drunk, you bleed. And that is bad.
Again, for the kids at home who want to tattoo each other.
Don't be drunk.
Don't be drunk.
It hurts more and you bleed more.
Yeah, still get tats, kids, but don't be drunk.
Lovely lesson to finish on, everybody.
There we go. No, what an awesome girl. I'm very proud, Ando.
There it is.
Very tough ink.
It's looking glorious. And HamishNanny.com, the video, the photos, and...
If you work for the Louvre and you would like to put an early bid in for my arm when I sadly pass away, I am open to suggestion.
Hey, in 2 days since you've got a new tat.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Oh, I'm a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's why I can just shoot off at the hip, shoot off at the mouth with crazy facts, and I don't even bother to check them. Because I've got tats and I'm not scared of anything.
I particularly have noticed that you're not answering to the man much anymore.
I hate the man. Yes. And I hate squares.
You are pretty tough these days.
Yeah, 2 tats. For people that don't know, Pink... in our terrifically named segment, a name that will stick with me forever because that's how long tattoos last. In our Getting Ink with Pink segment the other night, Pink was given my arm to do a tattoo of her choosing.
And I asked you this morning, Ham, is it affecting your life outside?
People are judging. People are seeing me a little bit differently. Having trouble seeing past the artwork.
Really?
To the man that lives behind it.
Even though it's covered by a T-shirt most of the day?
Well, they're pretty imposing tattoos. I have a little anchor from when we went across Bass Strait, and now I have the frog smoking on a skateboard that Pink did. As a test to prove to you, Ando, because you're still pretty nice to me.
Yep.
Because you've known me, since we were kids. But to prove that the public is now reeling and I'm getting treated a bit differently now that I'm this badass with tats.
With 2 tats, yeah.
Put this call in earlier today to show you the kind of prejudice I'm coming up against. To a restaurant bistro.
Okay.
I'm going to this weekend.
Hello, Lagoon Restaurant, Adelaide speaking.
Yeah, hi Adelaide. I'm coming in this weekend with my mum and my grandma for lunch.
Yep.
I believe we've got a booking on Saturday.
Let me just have a look for you. I've just got to move phones.
It's all right. No, I'm not changing the booking.
Okay.
I just need you to know I've got tattoos.
You've got...
I have tattoos.
You have tattoos?
I have ink.
Yeah, that's okay. How much ink have you got?
I got a fair bit. So I wanted to just make sure that wasn't a problem.
No. Is it like face ink, is it?
No, but it's still tough. It really hurt.
If your mum and grandma are fine with it, I'm sure that we will be.
Yep. Well, yeah, okay, cool. Because, they know me, so I don't want to freak anyone out.
So is it something that someone would freak out about, is it?
Nah, just art.
Just art?
Yeah. Do you want to ask the staff if they're all right with it? Because I'm more concerned about freaking out the staff or being a bad customer. That's what I thought.
You're very lovely, I tell you that.
Thank you very much. Well, you've got to meet the human, not the canvas, because when you see me in person, a lot of people don't see past that. They just see the ink. I always say to them, not just the ink, I'm someone that can think.
Yeah, no, you sound very lovely. What was the last name of the reservation?
Jones.
All right, let me just talk to my boss.
All right.
The Lagoon Seafood Restaurant.
Probably calling the cops or something. Typical.
And we will be with you as soon as possible.
I bet.
Are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Yep, no, we're open to whoever and you're fine.
All right,
okay,
great.
Now, I was just checking up on the reservation. I don't have anything under Jones.
Is that... Are you saying we can't have a reservation because of the tats?
No. You can have a reservation, but I just don't have anything at the moment. Like, I don't have... Your grandmother hasn't booked yet.
All right. Are you definitely not just cancelling it because now you know I'm inked?
No. I'm just...
Because I face this kind of prejudice all the time.
No. I just double-checked to see that we've got the reservation there and there's nothing here. Would your mother have booked it under a different name or...?
I don't know. Just so you know, I'm not in a gang or anything.
No.
Like, I'm probably about to be asked, but I'm not in one.
No. We get, like, bikies and all sorts of groups in here all the time and we are very open to different people. Like, I mean, by all means, come in, but I'm just letting you know that maybe it's a different name and that I'm double-checking that I do have your reservation so you can come in on that day.
Okay. No worries.
So check with your grandmother and, make sure you book.
You'll be able to tell who I am. I don't think you can miss me.
Okay.
Just look for the guy with the small anchor and then underneath the frog on a skateboard smoking.
Okay, I'll look out for the frog.
They're both my tats.
Okay. I'll see you then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Times are tough for you, mate.
See the prejudice? Faking it that I'll be all right. No doubt I turn up and I'm in some sort of private room. Me and my bloody tough ink are away from everyone. Not a Hell's Angel, I'm a human being. This is it, Ando.
Well,
we stand on the brink of 24 sports this weekend. You and I...
Decathletes. You were less than half the men we are.
Oh, we got a decathlon plus a decathlon plus I'll do you 4 more. Cash.
Is it a double dodecahedron?
No, because that's a shape, but it sounds impressive.
Yeah, but a dodeca is 12, isn't it?
Something.
Can you have a dodecathlon?
Yeah. It's a bidodecathlon. Possibly. And, look, my body wasn't ready until yesterday when
You waxed your whole body.
I waxed my whole body.
Which will be great for weightlifting because you've removed the hair off your arms. You don't have to... the weight of your hair, you won't have to lift anymore.
It'll slip so quickly through the air.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure my body was ready. Yeah. So I sat down, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I went, what can I do?
That's no way to lift morale.
I looked with loving eyes. So I turned my back on the mirror, and I thought to myself, what can I do? Yeah. What can I do to bring my body up to speed? I need a bold move because... Yeah. And I need something that inspires you as well, because we're out there as a team this weekend, and I need to have something that you can look to go, yes.
Liposuction? Do you get liposuction?
Even more impressive.
Really?
And may I present to you the newest of the flock
it's another
of tattoos.
Oh, the Olympic rings!
It's an Olympic rings tattoo.
But they're not really, because that should be colours.
No. That's showing off.
Really?
No, this is a subtle, cool, noble, heroic tattoo.
They just look like rings.
They are. They're the Olympic rings.
Yeah,
they're the most international symbol of sporting prowess.
Olympic rings are coloured.
Only if you want to show off. I mean, that's very much not what I have this tattoo for. It's for you to look to and go, yep, there's my mate. There's the hero.
But I think that without the colours, they don't really look like the Olympic rings.
Oh, they're there, mate. A lot of the Olympians I've spoken to don't use the colours. They just go for like a downplayed...
Really?
Yep.
I've seen all of them use the colours.
I specifically requested not the colours because I just thought maybe it would be a bit too attention-seeking from a distance. It would look like a rainbow. That's not what I'm about. I'm not about showing off with this tattoo.
Wow.
I'm about just being able to look at myself in the mirror and going...
So far on yours, it actually is becoming...
Look at this. I've got an anchor from when we did the tall ship. Then there's a tattoo that Pink did, Frog on a Skateboard, and now the Olympic rings, which I will earn this weekend.
I'd put a Band-Aid over the Frog on a Skateboard if I was you, because the anchor and the Olympic rings are impressive.
It's funny you mention the colour, though, because I just wanted a black one, and before we started, the guy was about to do the colours. Have a listen. And so can we just all black?
Oh, if you want them all
Is that okay? Yeah, just all black.
I can't want to have the whole...
No. Oh, I'm glad we talked about that.
So you're more of a grey wash man, yeah?
Yeah, because otherwise if it's the colours, it's showing off. Yeah. And I just want to be a nice, understated Olympian tattoo.
Oh, cool, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, thanks.
No drama.
Glad we had a talk. Yeah, this feels like a great idea. I really feel like I've made up for a lot of training, a lot of missed training here. I wasn't feeling ready before the weekend, but I'm beginning to now. Yeah, this is a great idea.
Okay,
They say in tattooing that two's company, three's a sleeve. I've got a sleeve. Yeah. Oh, can you believe Andy doesn't even have one tattoo? I don't know how he expects to win this weekend. Oh, have you got any other Olympians before?
Nah.
Till now.
Yeah.
Olympian in the house. Oh,
there you go.
Let's go. Look at that. Is that the toughest tat you've done?
You.
It is, isn't it? Is that what you're trying to say? Yes. Yeah. Do you reckon I'm ready to play 24 sports? Thanks so much.
I don't know whether he was saying yes or no in those situations.
Neither did I, so I thought if I laughed, it made it sound like he was going, yeah, that's the toughest tattoo you've ever got. Ando, while that was playing, my phone's been going mental. Permission to play my message bank?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You have 2 messages.
Hey, Hamish, it's Eamon Sullivan here. Mate, I hear you just got the tattoo. Welcome to a very special club.
let's face it, Haim, I only do one sport. You do 24. If you can pass me your postal address, I'd like to send you all my medals. I'd love you to have them. See you, mate.
Hamish, Olympic gold medalist Jess Shipper here. I've just heard about the ink. Welcome. It's great to have you in our club. Hamish, you continue to inspire me. You lift me up when I am down. Can't wait to catch up so I can get a good look at your new tat. See you soon, mate.
Does she read most of her messages?
I don't know what you're talking about. That was just a natural message from Olympic gold medalist Jess Shipper, and a person I share a special bond with now that I have an Olympic rings tattoo. We're ready, Ando.
Well, you're ready.
We're ready.
I'm
Just look
freaking
at
out.
it when you need to be inspired.
I'm freaking out. I'm not ready.
Just look at it.
Look how ready you
Touch
are.
it.
I'm touching it.
Dynamite is that new song by Teo someone I've forgotten already.
Oh, so sloppy.
Well, it's not sloppy, Ham, because it goes into one category.
Junk.
Yeah, of two categories.
There's only two types of music, Frank Stallone and junk. And no offence to everything else we play on the station, but that was, albeit new and well-produced, junk. And
unlike this song... Get me a horse, I'll race it.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. Why are we doing a Far From Over happy birthday mashup? We'll tell you why. Because today is Frank Stallone's 60th birthday, a.k.a. Franksgiving. It's an amazing thing. This is the man that everyone in Australia is banding together to go, look, the power, the Frank effect, the feeling you get when you listen to that song is so powerful through speakers. What would it be like in real life? Let's get Frank Stallone out to Australia for a concert. We find out just after 5 when we speak to Frank's manager how that's all going.
Yeah.
How's Frank positioned time-wise?
I'm worried if we get him out, Ham, and look, I really hope that when we speak to Ken, we can get across the line.
Yeah.
But if we get him out, I wonder if he finishes with Far From Over.
Yes.
Say as an encore.
Yep.
And then he probably will play it once more time after that for a second encore.
Yeah.
Is that dangerous? Is it dangerous leaving a crowd so hyped? Like, do we need some kind of?
Is.
Do we need what? Do we need some kind of come down song? Like, do we need Enya as the house music or something? Just like something just to balance it, because otherwise people go home and won't sleep.
They'll be running through walls. There'll be a lot of those sort of... You know, in cartoons, you see the man-shaped hole in the wall?
Yeah.
That'll probably be whatever venue we have this at. Just smash... that's how everyone will leave the building.
A, we don't have a venue, and B, it's going to be very difficult to get one if we know we're going to trash it by the end due to the fact that Far From Over has just fired everyone up to run through the wall. So anyway, things to think about.
Tell you what, Anna, pop it on the list. Pop it on the list.
Sorry, yeah, I will, mate.
Come down music. Mandatory come down music. And to celebrate the fact that hopefully Frank will be touring.
Yeah.
We'll be getting him out. And look, I might have jumped the gun on this, but I decided that since today was Franksgiving, what better gift to give Mr. Stallone than a new tattoo on my arm. Came up with the idea all the way back in yesterday.
Wow.
To add to my tattoo sleeve. Now, I've got the Olympic rings.
Now, I haven't seen this yet.
I haven't shown you yet.
I was going to come along, and then I was like, no, I better not. Cause...
I'll save it for the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Got the tattoo rings, the Olympic rings from when we did the Bye-Bye Triathlon.
Then Pink.
Pink did a tattoo on me.
Yep.
And then the very first tattoo I ever got was an anchor. For when we went to Tasmania on the tall ship. Smallest legal anchor you can get. But nevertheless, a real tattoo anchor.
March last year, I think it was.
Decided yesterday, put an F and an R in front of the anchor. Make it a frankor.
Yeah.
Just to really hook me into the music scene.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't be moved from the music scene.
Now, are you viewing this as a fourth tattoo, or is it just...
It's part of the sleeve. I didn't even know if I'd have room left on my arm, but I went in and I was talking to Kieran, the tattoo artist. He's like, oh, yeah, we could probably fit another tat on around those 3 tiny ones. And obviously, you know, they did all the right things. They put alcohol on your arm. They shaved me down, and to sterilise the tattoo gun, they put it next to the speakers and they play this.
Of course.
Kills the germs.
It kills all the germs,
So once the gun has been sterilised, ready to rock. I mean, do you want to see it now, or do you want to hear how it went down?
What do you think? Do you think I'd...
Well, I reckon this is me in the chair, in the tattoo parlour as it was just about to go on. They'd done the stencil already. Okay. Or you can probably hear in the background the buzz of glory, as tattoo fans call it. That's That's heaven's buzz. Some say it's the noise God makes when he hums to you, because when you're addicted to ink like I am, you live for that noise. Probably, I'd say we're feeling very similar to the moment where Da Vinci penciled in the Mona Lisa's smile and went, yeah, that's actually a pretty good smile. Is she laughing? Is she crying? Happy with that? Let's ink it. Getting ready.
Yeah.
Getting ready. And it's a big decision.
Yeah.
What font you use for the F and the R. Do you have a capital F, lowercase r?
Well, I mean, this is what I would have thought you've done, and I haven't seen it again. I would have gone definitely a capital F, definitely a capital R.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go anything too, fancy.
Well, the thing is, Kieran had already done the stencil before I got there.
No.
And we pick it up now as I was asking him, what font have we gone for? Sorry, what font are we using?
Tattoo Girl.
No, you mean Tough Dude font.
Oh, yeah, Tough Tattoo Dude. There.
Oh, well, we'll do that again. What font is this?
Heaps Tough Tattoo Dude.
Oh, cool. Thanks for the info. Look, the font's technically called Tattoo Girl. Now, you wouldn't know it to look at it. I would say Pirate Scroll. But, I mean, technically, to fontists, it's Tattoo Girl. To honour the fact it's Frank Stallone's 60th birthday, for people that have just tuned in, and therefore Franksgiving today.
Franksgiving, yep.
The man we're trying to bring out to Australia for one night Stallone, the greatest rock concert ever. I decided I'd go and get an F and an R tattooed in front of the anchor I currently have, making it a frankor.
We've just heard that it's... I know, Dowdy Girl or the
Not Dowdy Girl.
What was it called?
Frivolous Princess. The font is called Tattoo Girl.
Okay, sorry.
Now, I didn't know that this was the font till it was being buzzed into my arm. And the tattooist Kieran just said, look, we use it a bit, mate, but you should know, technically, in the book, it's under Tattoo Girl.
Let's have a listen.
I don't have swirls or anything on it. There's no,
I'm worried about it.
But look, Anders, people that have a tattoo sleeve like I do now would know. It takes a long time, and it's a painstaking process. So we cut back to the finale of the action.
We going? Just about.
But you just started.
Oh, dude, I work so fast.
Okay. Just working on the R now. Happy birthday, Frankie, baby. I'll never forget you.
I'm sure he won't forget you.
Yeah. As a general rule, if someone is having their 60th birthday that played a great song in the 80s, you should always get a tattoo to commemorate it. Feels good. Feels great to add to the sleeve, and I can only hope that right now, and thank you, just getting a lolly for being such a brave boy. Can only hope that right now Frank Stallone's getting my face tattooed on his back. Let me know, Frank, if you're listening to this. Happy birthday, baby. Happy Franksgiving.
Give us a look.
You ready?
I'm not going to make comment on that. Give us a look.
I asked Kieran.
Because I've got a really certain view in my mind of what I thought it was going to look like. I thought more of a normal Arial font to make it very clear that it's FR anchor. Frank.
I don't think he'll be upset.
Okay.
I said to Kieran, if guys in jail had this tat, what would it mean? He was like, yeah, definitely like fully rad. He said some other things too, which I can't repeat on the radio. Might have been a little bit harsher. Ready?
Please going up.
3, 2, 1. Stand back if you get easily shocked. The frankor. Photos at hamishandandy.com, complete with video.
It's really good.
He's good.
I would have thought I'm really happy with the size of
perfect.
the F and R.
Yeah.
It actually matches the anchor, and the font itself.
It's not that girly.
Looks like an anchor, the anchor bit. Like
it has curls on it.
Curls and points.
If that R was made out of iron, you could put it on the front of a boat, tie a rope to it, almost like Homer Simpson did to stop the monorail.
Driving you home from Patterson Stadium, Ham, in Perth. Terrific turnout. Sun is shining. Go to hamishandy.com to check it out. It's part of our thank you tour, thanking people for the last 5 years, mate.
Got a bit of a surprise for you, Ando?
Yeah, all it says on my sheet here is just surprise from home. And generally over the last few years, that means it's bad news.
Sure. Well, maybe that's the first surprise, because it's bloody good news. It's very good news.
Yeah, well, generally you pitch it in as bloody good news.
No.
And look,
a lot of people,
bad news.
A lot of people be thinking, early Bassett reading.
No,
sure. It's not that. Don't cheer.
Yeah. I saw a few people reach for handguns.
Sure, it is customary here in Perth to fire handguns into the sky in delight when Fred Bassett is read. Of a Friday afternoon, the streets are alive with the noise of popping semi-automatics.
So very Perth.
So Perth. So Perth. The Wild West. But, no. It's not a handgun firing-inducing reading of Bassett Eliander. It's even better.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, over the years, I've done some questionable things on the show.
Plenty of.
When we
could name 15.
When we went to Tasmania on a tall ship, I got a tattoo. I got an anchor tattoo. Excitedly, I got a tattoo on my arm of an anchor to protect us, from all the evils of the sea. That was impulsive.
Yep. Is there another tattoo? Oh, jeez.
When Frank Stallone came out, allow me to stand up.
I was wondering.
When Frank Stallone came to Australia to commemorate his tour, an F and an R was put next to the anchor to make it a frankor.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, over the weekend, I suppose some would say on a whim, others would say moved by the hand of God himself, I found myself at a slightly dodgy tattoo parlour to add a T and an H on top of the anchor for a Thankor. Yeah! You can never have too many. That's 5 tattoos. It's almost a sleeve.
I've got to describe this.
Kids, young and old, get yourself a Thankor. Best way to remember the week.
I've got to describe this for people at home. It's as lame as the others.
It's the smallest legal lettering they will do.
The frankor, if you're looking at a Scrabble board, it moves from left to right, the anchor being the last bit, the last letter.
Yeah.
You've got a T and H coming down for a Thankor.
Yeah.
So now creates 2 words.
Yeah, it's just using what's already there. It's multi-purposing. It's like playing upwards. It's just a clever use of an existing anchor tattoo.
Yeah. I mean, what? When you go and work at the NAB, are you going to get a B on the outside just for
See
banker?
if I can squeeze one in. I suppose on the end of anchor, I could put Einstein. It could be Frankor Einstein, or I'm running out of things to do. But just so you know, when I went to get it, I got it on Saturday.
Yeah.
And
I was wondering why you wanted to wear a T-shirt so bad underneath the outfit.
The guy, I wanted to surprise you.
Yeah, love it.
The guy at the tattoo parlour came so close to getting it mixed up because I don't think he understood what I was going for. He almost did an H then a T, and my surprise was going to be my Thankor tattoo. So kids, once you've saved all your pocket money up and you're going to get your Thankor tattoo, make sure the guy does it in the right order. That's my only advice to you.
Make sure you go to hamishandy.com to see the full series of a bad tattoo.
That's 5 now. That's a sleeve.
It's not a sleeve.
It's almost a sleeve and a glove. Yes! Thank you, Perth.
They're so small, it's a badge. That's what it is. It's a scout badge of tattoos.
This is a world record, actually, that one. It took about 14 seconds. Didn't faint once. Threw up, but no fainting.
I'm terribly proud of you, mate. I'm terribly proud of you. Guys, Eskimo Joe is still around, even though I'm sure they're intimidated by
you guys got any tough stamps?
Not as tough as those, I bet you.
Pretty hard. Actually, pretty hard to compete.
This is the song.
Even if you had a full flaming skull on your back, I'd keep it covered up.
You could put a U at the bottom of the Thankor, so it'd be an Italian thank you.
Thank you. It's a great idea. Someone bring me a tattoo gun.
And he goes on to say it doesn't belong in this time slot. I mean, we pick the time slot with the help of the people.
Well, if anyone needs this time slot, it's you, because you're an idiot. You tattooed it on your arm, and I need to bring that up with certain...
I do need to keep that time slot, don't I?
Yes, and we need to talk about that straight after this song, because your mum, I mean, going from your dad to your mum, she ain't that wrapped.
It's just parental onslaught.
Hamish and Andy.
Welcome to New York City, and make sure you, have a good shower after you leave the Nook through your radio speakers today, because
you are listening to a radio show being done from basically the equivalent of the IKEA ball pit, except instead of brightly coloured jovial plastic balls, there are bed bugs here in Andy's apartment.
We don't know that for sure. We've got direct evidence that it isn't bed bugs today, which we will
There's
get
no
to
way
in a second.
anyone's going to believe the evidence. Not even from a person.
We'll get to that because in the meantime, yes, last night the TV show aired. You can go to hamishandy.com. I think there's a couple of snippets up there of the TV show if you might have missed it. Also the catch-up on Channel 9. But, Hamish, you surprised me last night. I think you've surprised yourself with
I wanted to do something
with bad decisions.
I wanted to do something to commemorate the show kicking off, Ando.
Yeah.
Having a great time here in New York. We've got a lot more fun.
What about a photo? What about a photo in a frame?
Photos fade, Ando. Photos aren't forever. I wanted something forever. And I thought maybe getting a tattoo of the time slot, great idea.
Yeah.
Because let me teach you something about television, my friend.
Okay, yeah.
Now, don't make me read the article.
Okay, yeah,
You're
sure.
new to it.
Yeah.
You do dumb laughs. I'm distancing myself from you.
Good idea, yeah.
All right. When you get given a time slot by a network, it is solid. It's forever. Yeah. They cannot ever change that.
Yeah.
You got them over a barrel. So to celebrate you should always get it tattooed. I know for a fact Ray Martin has on his body every time slot he's ever had tattooed on it. Grimshaw's got it. all the Channel 9 people do it.
Where's Grimshaw's tat?
Ankle. Under the desk. Always. It's in her contract.
Well, I was very surprised. I feel like, the show's only on for 10 weeks. It's a 10-week series, so that's sticking around for longer than that. And who knows if we even last that long. So I also wanted to get an opinion from your mum. I've called her.
Okay, bud.
She's on the line now.
Historically not a fan of the English.
Kerry, how are you, Kerry?
Hello, Andy. Hi, Ham. Hi, Ham. How are you? How's New York?
It's terrific. Miss you. Love you.
When's the last time you rang your mum? Have I been ringing?
Nah, we've been emailing.
Okay. Kerry.
Can't call her on the Australian cell phone.
Kerry, talk us through your feeling when you saw the fact that Hamish is now added to an already terrible sleeve.
Hang on. We're jumping the gun here. Did you watch the show, Mum?
Yeah, I watched the show. We had a little team of fans watching the show, and we all fainted. Andy, we all fainted when we saw that tattoo. We passed out.
Look at that. Ratings gold.
Do you feel, Kerry, it's the worst of a collective bad series of tattoos?
Straight in with the
Absolutely, totally feel it's the worst. I'm so shocked. What?
Just in my defence, just to describe for people that might not have been watching or be familiar with the current sleeve I have an anchor. Next to that, an F and an R that spells Frankor to celebrate Frank
Anchor
Stallone
from the Tall Ship Adventure, Frank Stallone for the Frankor.
Then a T and an H above it, so reading down reads Thankor.
It's a bad crossword.
Then I've utilised that T and H to then spell out Thurs 8:30 for Thursday 8:30. Now, surely as my mum, you've got to be proud of me for the crossword aspect of the tattoos.
No, can't. No, not really getting the whole tattoo thing, Ham.
Yeah, Kerry,
don't get it at all.
Do you feel you own that skin a bit? Do you feel like you should be asked?
Of course I do.
Don't, Mum. You gave up ownership the moment they snipped the cord. I was already thinking about getting tats.
I was looking at it last night and thinking, how can my son do this? How can he do that?
Surrendered it to me. Yeah. Mum, it's only my biggest organ. It's my biggest organ.
I know it's your biggest organ, Hamish.
I do a lot worse things to other organs.
Oh, jeez, Kerry.
We'll leave it That's not what I wanted to hear.
I'm talking about my liver, my spleen. Okay. Sometimes I don't give it enough vitamin
Not
D.
interested.
Okay, thank you, Kerry.
Today the topic is tattoos.
Unbelievable amount of correspondence, and a lot of people wanting to show us their tats.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I think, looking for us to encourage them to get tattoos.
Yeah, so they can do the old...
Fair bit of correspondence, I reckon, coming in from around about the 16, 17-year-old mark going, Mum and Dad don't want me to get a tattoo. I think they're idiots. Haim, you've got several tattoos.
None of them good.
Do you ever regret them?
Yeah,
not at all.
Constantly.
No, not at all. I mean, you're just looking down, you go, yep, Thursday, 8:30. Good to know. Good to wonder what I'll be doing this Thursday at 8:30. So
it was originally a time slot for our show, which did get moved quickly.
Then the second year was Thursday 8 o'clock, and now it's Mondays.
Yeah,
8 o'clock.
So, but that's, much of a muchness. The anchor. Love the beach. Looking forward to going back soon. So many great memories on there. Olympic rings.
Yep.
Rio's coming up.
That's true, but we've heard from several Olympians that they're offended that you're wearing the Olympic
I got
ring.
the green light from Eamon Sullivan himself.
I'm not sure if you did.
And this is... he's just texting, calling through now on the hotline. Just saying yes, that's fine.
Today the topic is tattoos.
And I've had some fun with my tattoos over the years. People may or may not be aware that at various points in the show's history, I've got a tattoo put on my upper left arm. Started off with a little anchor when we went to Tasmania on a tall ship.
Yep.
Then we had Pink on the show. And we said, you can tattoo whatever you want on Hamish's arm.
Because we'd read somewhere in small print on an online website dedicated to her that she does tattoos.
Yeah.
When we got there, she said she's not that proficient with it.
Turns out she didn't really, but she did a pretty good job of doing a frog on a skateboard smoking, which is very me.
So you.
And I often look at that tattoo and just go, how do you know me so well, Pink? I've then had the Olympic rings tattooed on me. Olympians loved that one. They were like, cheers for getting behind the cause. We did some sports in a weekend. It was a long story. Time slot ended up getting tattooed. Frankor. The anchor became a frankor for Frank Stallone. A lot of stories on the arm. Something was missing. There was a bit of a hole in my tattoo sleeve, and I didn't know what was wrong. I was walking around the streets.
A hole? I think there was a sleeve missing on your tattoo sleeve.
Just walking around the streets, kicking cans, going, I've got all these great tattoos. I look tough. People fear me, but my sleeve is missing something. I've got over 4 tattoos, but it's... Why? What is this pain I'm feeling?
Yeah, sure.
And then I went on the website, hatsontats.org, and they are a great... organisation. Feel free to look it up. hatsontats.org.
I will.
They're a great organisation that shows you that if you feel a little bit empty with your tattoo, you can put a hat on it.
And who started Hats on Tats?
I think I did. And that's why I was so excited to go on there after I'd set it up to see all the great hat suggestions that are up there.
From you?
And that's what made me decide to get a hat on my tat. And so earlier this morning, I went down to the tattoo shop and explained to them, had a little sketch of the hat that I wanted to sit atop the frog that Pink drew.
What kind of hat did you go for?
Well, that's the thing with Hats on Tats. What do you want to get across? Is it a formal frog? Is he wearing a top hat?
Because if top hat, suddenly you're Freddo Frog. Suddenly you're...
Interesting take. Yeah, he did wear a top hat, didn't he? Yeah. Did he?
Yeah, he had a cane and a top hat.
Are we thinking of the Monopoly Man?
No, he had a bowler hat.
Did Freddo Frog wear a top hat? Jack, you usually know this stuff.
No, I think Andy's thinking of that frog from the cartoons way back.
Hello, my baby.
Yeah,
hello, my frog. You think might be thinking of the frog in the lunchbox.
Maybe I'm right. Maybe you're right. Well,
he's a very good frog too.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about putting a hat on a tat. It can really change the feel.
Well, naturally, I'd go for a sombrero with a wizard's kind of... He's got a sombrero!
Sombrero enough for you, my friend? Ladies and gentlemen, the world's first hat on a tat. It is the frog with a sombrero, and now my sleeve is complete. I feel like
it looks really good.
The girl
you've got so far.
The girl said it rather condescendingly, I thought, though, but she was like, "It's just a really great tattoo." Not only is it the official hat of the happy hour.
Well done, Ham.
Thanks, man. It's only forever in case I change my mind, but I won't change my mind.
No.
It's just a really clear, crisp sombrero sitting on top of the
frog's eyes.
Sitting on the frog's eyes. It's obviously a painful way to wear a sombrero. But now my tat has a hat.
Well
and you can go to hatsontats.org and there's hat suggestions and there's tat suggestions. Don't just get a tat of a hat.
Okay.
That's not a hat on a tat.
Well,
you need a tat under the hat for it to be a hat on a tat.
For something to become a movement, you need more people doing it. I suggest then, we got to go to a song here, but there's so many people that emailed in. Does it have to be an animal or something living, or could you put a hat
You can put a hat on anything.
On a table?
You can put a hat on any tat.
Okay, good.
You can put a hat on, if you've got your kids' names. Why not put a beret on your kids' names?
We'll chat to them after this then to see if anyone would be even interested in joining your so-called movement so far.
I think more people are going to start getting hats on
If you get one person of interest, I'm calling it a movement.
Thank you. I asked the lady at the store this morning. She's never done a hat on a tat before.
Really?
But she definitely acknowledged that it could become a movement.
Haim, it's been a huge show, just made exponentially better from your own work. There's topics been tattoos.
Yep.
And you've gone out and started a new organisation. It's not yet a movement.
It's got a groundswell, though, doesn't it?
Well, it rhymes.
Hats on Tats.
Yeah,
hatsontats.org. If you've got a tattoo that you're getting a bit sick of and it's getting old and a bit boring, I say, why not jazz it up with a hat? Tell you what a great example would be. Your whole back is taken up with a tattoo of the Grim Reaper. He's a big skeleton, he's on fire, and it's a great tattoo, but you've had it for a few years now, you're a bit sick of it. Tattoo on the base of your neck, maybe just a fun hat of some type.
I would have said a
beanie.
A deerstalker would have been nice.
Deerstalker's a nice hat. A captain's hat. Wouldn't it be nice to see the Grim Reaper with a captain's hat on?
Yeah, I think it would
I'm talking more of an unhooded Reaper here.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because he already sort of has a hood, I suppose.
Hatsontats.org. First of all, I'd like to ask Cackling Jack, who's got a very famous tattoos.
Jack, why don't you put some beanies on your birds?
I mean... Not officially and not on the record, but I'll jump on board the movement. So.
The only way
what do you think? You think your tattoos couldn't get better with a hat on them?
I just don't want to regret it later on. Them having
you already got. You got the world's most regrettable tattoos. That's the fun of this. Why not finally undo the bad you've done by putting a couple of cool beanies on your birds?
Well, Kat's on the line. She may have a similar tattoo to Jack because he's got a female tattoo. Kat, you've got a bird?
Yes, I do, yes.
What kind of bird is it?
It's just a swallow.
Swallow?
Oh, like Jack's. I tell you what actually would look nice on a bird, a nice big wide-brimmed straw hat.
Yeah. Would you be interested in tattooing a...
You want a hat on your tat?
Oh, well, mine's pretty new, so I might leave it for a few years and then maybe come back to it when it gets a bit dull.
You could put a crown on that bird. A crown is a kind of hat.
I could. My boyfriend wants a swallow with a crown on it, so...
Oh, my God. Well, there we go. The movement's taken off.
Laura, you've got a girl's face tattooed. Now, I've seen many faces with hats, obviously being an improvement once you place one on. Would you consider, Laura, putting a hat on your girl's face?
Well, my girl kind of already has a little headband, so I'm not really sure how she would go with a hat as well. I mean...
we could get a hat on that.
I have a cat. She could get a hat, maybe, like a top hat.
Oh, my God, a cat in a hat. Cat in a hat. It would be amazing, Tat.
A hat on a cat would be great.
A hat on a cat.
Just floating above.
Maybe.
They don't actually have to paint it onto them. It doesn't have to be in the same style. You could just have it floating above. All we're looking for here, really, in the movement is sort of... It would be nice to see a Robin Hood type hat with a feather in it.
Easier than
floating above the cat.
Exactly. Easier than a Legionnaire's hat. Because having
to sell the flap is a hard thing to draw.
This is becoming a movement now, Ham. Because
what's your tat? What kind of hat do you want?
Chris, what's your tat?
Yeah, mate. I've got a lovely tat.
What is it of?
Oh, it's a spatula.
It's a spatula.
Make it a spatula.
Yeah, like kitchen spatula.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's self-explanatory why you would get that tattooed on you. But you could, do you stick with the chef's theme and put a chef's hat on it?
It's possible.
Would you consider adding a hat to your tat?
You know what? I would.
Hey, Chris.
Wow, when are you going to do it? Because if you need suggestions for hats, go to hatsontats.org.
There's a lot of great suggestions.
Organisations set up with some, and I've put up my own sketches of hats there, and you can download them for free and take them to the tattoo shop.
Chris, I'd recommend using the bowler hat if it's going to lay on the spatula, so as if you're being served a bowler hat, but a chef's hat if you're going to hang it off the other end, the handle of the spatula.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hang it off though. Just sorry if I could correct anything there, because we really want the objects and the things to be wearing their hats with pride. It's not just a casual hat slung. It's not just a hat chucked on a tat. It's a tat wearing a hat proudly.
Sorry about that, Chris. My bad. I'm new to the movement.
We're still figuring it out, but well done, Chris. Congratulations on your hat on a tat.
It's all I've got time for. Head to hamishandy.com for the photos of Haim. New tat are up there
guys.
now. Also, hatsontats.org is
I really
up.
feel like this is a real movement.
You know how when we're doing a photo shoot and you had a tattoo gun,
yep,
and you pierced me in the back, so I now have a black freckle tattoo.
Yep.
Would I put a hat on that?
It's going to be a very small one because the hat needs to be about the same size as the tat.
That's tough. Anyway, we'll catch you later, everyone.
Guys, we hit the road next week. And can I just say, excitement levels over here with Blakey, sky high.
Yeah.
We get on the tour bus on Monday morning, except for this bit. 7 o'clock?
Yeah, got to make
Mate,
good time.
that's so early. That's dumb. That is dumb.
We've got a 4-hour drive or so.
That's dumb.
What
How slow are you driving?
Well, I'm legally only allowed to go 100 kilometres an hour, even if it's 110.
Anyway, we get on the tour bus.
I've read my bus rules.
We get on the tour bus. You'll sit in the chair. You adjust your chair. It's one of those bouncy chairs that coach drivers have. You'll bounce up and down for a bit. You'll set your mirrors and all that. Jack and I will settle in to we've got the most incredible tour bus. I guess we'll select what game we want on the PlayStation because we have PlayStation and Xbox. So we'll figure that out. We'll fire up the game. And we'll be away. Yeah. We'll be away. We'll know that our first gig isn't until later that night, so we don't even need to be thinking about music.
We should check in with the Wodonga Catholic College. We put it out to the people, of course. We're going to play your gigs. They've got the Year 10 form. We should check in with them tomorrow to see if everything's on.
And I just...
maybe get the rider right.
Because we're so close now, though, to getting on stage for the first time. I was just sort of mentally going through the checklist. Like, have we thought of everything? I know we've got merch on the way and there'll be merch available. That's good. We've got our front men and women all organised.
Yep.
Got the Veronicas, Shannon, Guy, Temper Trap supporting.
The Wiggles.
Wiggles are going to do a great job in Newcastle. Everything seems good. And I was like, what's missing? Something's missing. Our stage outfits are good. Something's missing. And then it occurred to me. We say we're cool boys and the front man, yet not a single one of us has got a tattoo for the tour.
We've got tattoos between us.
Yeah.
All.
Jack has the little birds on his back.
Exactly.
And that's, I think the Veronicas have the same tattoo, actually, Jack. We should get a shot. We should get a photo of you guys all showing your sparrows. You've got one dot on your back.
Yes.
Looks like a freckle.
Yeah, you dotted me one time.
Jagged you with a tattoo gun.
We were in a tattoo parlour and Hamish said, come here, and I had no top on, and he jagged me with a dot on my back.
We're doing a photo shoot, we should say. It sounds like we're biking. We're in a tattoo parlour and you didn't have your top on. What were you doing? Andy just had a denim vest on and was sawing the barrel off a shotgun. So they come here. No, we're mucking around.
Yeah, we're mucking around. Yeah.
And I've obviously got my sleeve.
Yes.
I got a lot of ink on my left arm, just from various things we've done on the show. I'm going to get a tat. I've got to get a tat to commemorate. I've got to get a tat.
Doesn't.
Well, I've got to get a tat.
Yeah.
If I got a tattoo to commemorate Frank Stallone coming out, no offense to Frank, but this tour eclipses even that.
Yep, I'd agree with you.
I got a sombrero tattooed on my arm because it was for a while the official hat of the show. At varying times throughout our lives, the bar has been low for this arm.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to happen. I want to get a tattoo. I want drumsticks crossed like swords.
Okay.
Like just small drumsticks.
Yep.
I want to do the tattoo on Friday on the show, but I want, as a symbol of unity for the band, I want you to do one drumstick, Endo, and I want you to do one drumstick, Jack.
What, like actually operate the gun?
Yeah, actually operate the tattoo gun.
Yeah.
I've talked to someone. We can get a sterilised one in here. Can't be hard. It's like a drawing.
Jeez, how are you feeling about that?
Well, I worry about the drumsticks looking the same as each other because, I'll draw a drumstick one way, Andy will draw it a little bit differently.
They won't. I know that, but you're both unique people. I want to guarantee that you try to draw drumsticks because it's a shaft with a bulbous head, and we all know what that could accidentally become, and there's no go-agains with the tattoo.
Yeah.
I'll accept if they look like spoons. I understand they might look like spoons, but there will be no forgiveness for a couple of penises on my arm. Okay, that's fair. This is a trust exercise in the band.
What's frustrating though is I'm worried Jack won't do it as neat as I will do it.
Would you like to be? Well, here's the other question. There's one stick's going to be front stick, and the other stick's going to be behind, and you'll have to do that thing where you draw behind. Do you want to be front stick or back stick?
I'd like to be at the front, I suppose.
Yeah. So you do front stick first.
Yeah.
And then, can you handle the pressure, Jack, of drawing back stick?
Back stick's actually harder because you got to join up two bits, behind an existing object.
You don't know to tap.
No. But I know I'm a drawer. Like I doodle on my sheets all the time.
All right, well, then you're the man for the job. And you know what? This is a test because when we get on stage and we play Long Way to the Top, the classic AC/DC song, Jack, all eyes are on you. The whole song lives or dies on the guitar solo.
Yeah.
So this is a test to see if you can operate under pressure. Can
Like
you operate a machine
I can't wait.
under pressure? So remember, guys, let's just make sure they look like drumsticks.
Spoken to your wife about
Yeah, I told her this morning I was thinking of doing it, and she just sighed and went, anyway, what time are you getting home from?
Well, we have got a tour, guys, and there's final things we need to tick off. Obviously, we are going to play in our band, Cool Boys and the Frontman. You're on electric drums, Jack's on electric guitar, I'm on bagpipes.
Your mustache is ready?
Yes, my
because you're a
moustache-
bus driver.
Yes.
If you've just tuned in, Andy has finished dyeing his mustache white. It's perfect. You've now got a perfect bus driver's mustache.
Yes.
You've mustered more hair than I thought you would. It's a beautiful white. I mean, if I just look at your lips and your mustache, feel like I'm looking at a 68-year-old man called Stan, who's told me we'll get there when we get there. And that's exactly what I want from you. After me persistently asking, how far do you reckon it'll be till we can stop for food, Stan?
I feel it certainly gives me more authority when you two clowns ask the stuff.
Well, don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. It's not a magic mustache. We'll certainly do what we want, when we want, how we want, because we're the cool boys.
Yeah.
And you're the bus man.
No, I am also a cool boy.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Anyway, Haim, you brought up yesterday on the show that you wanted to get a tat for because I had been on your back that you'd done nothing for the band.
There was, unfortunately, my plans on getting a gun license, because you got your bus license, so I was trying to get also a useful license.
Yeah.
I just didn't think I needed a gun license for the band.
Yes.
But it would have been a wonderful gesture.
I think I brought that up at the time.
And also the information session was ages. Too much.
So I feel like we glossed over things a bit. Jack, would you agree that Haim's like, hey, do you want to tattoo me? And we went, yeah, that's fun.
That sounds like we can just look it up on YouTube and we'll come back on Friday.
Jack did. I came into the office and I caught him looking up the basics of how to tattoo someone.
Caught? Why am I getting in trouble?
We're
for
not
that?
caught.
This is going on your skin.
But I was like,
permanently on your skin.
But it didn't look like he was. It didn't look like he was looking at the best video. It was pretty slapdash. The one you looked at was pretty slapdash because it was just like, make sure you got this.
Well, so far,
the machine had rubber bands all over it. Like, is that a proper tattoo gun?
I think I've seen in the movies.
I've had a few tats done, and they do sometimes have rubber bands on them, but it just seemed a bit jerry-rigged.
So you want 2 drumsticks?
I want 2 drumsticks, not the ice creams, although they are very good friends of ours, but more like the long oak sticks that you can use to bang drums.
Yeah. So
I want them crossed over. You said you were going to do front stick, and Jack will do back stick, which is a bit harder because it's drawn and joined up.
Okay, first question. Who's drawing the sticks?
Each of you draw your own stick.
All right. So
this is a trust exercise. This is how you earn the team player medal in the band.
Sure, but say if I draw a style of stick.
Drumstick. Yeah. What style? What, a brush, a jazz brush? Just draw a drumstick.
Yeah, I know, but...
Like this, like a pen, but with a little knob on the end.
I know, but if I draw my stick, does Jack match mine, or am I
guess
matching?
so.
Well, that's what I need
that's what team playing. This is what team playing is all about. We all strive together to get the best outcome.
Yeah.
In the videos I watched today, they put a little sketch down on somebody's arm in ink.
They used baking paper or something.
Yeah, and then traced over the ink drawing the tattoo. Do you want us to do that, or do you want us to just go freehand straight on the skin?
Freehand's pretty cool. Do you think you're good enough to do freehand?
No. That's why I think we're glossing off it.
Do you know what? I think you are.
Wow.
Do you know what? I saw an ad today, and this is not cash for comment. This is just an ad that's stuck in my head, right? I think it's for Commonwealth Bank because the whole thing is, if you believe it, you can. And there's a picture of a kid, just a kid, like a 10-year-old kid, on the International Space Station. And the slogan was, if you believe it, you can. I was like, wow, that kid believed he could be an astronaut, and now he's on the International Space Station. I think the same thing for you guys. If you believe you can tattoo, you can. Do you believe?
No. No, I don't, because I've never done it.
What about the astronaut story? That was pretty inspiring.
No, but that was an advert. Like, that kid didn't
I don't think it's a true story. No, I actually think it's the wrong message to send kids, because you definitely do need training to be on the space station.
Okay,
Here's what I think. Believe in yourselves, though. It's a trust exercise. You're a pretty good drawer. Jack, you're a very good drawer.
Thank you, but I have no
idea. Stencil, freehand.
How hard can it be? It's like a very thin sausage.
Well, yeah.
It's like literally the easiest thing in the world to draw. It's 2 lines, parallel, join them up at the ends. You can draw that.
I know, okay, but I want them to...
How bad at drawing are you if you can't draw a drumstick?
We saw people draw it. You had a bit of a play around with it, and they didn't look anything like drumsticks.
Sometimes they look like sausages, sometimes they look like wooden spoons. But
one looked like something really naughty.
Sometimes they look like D's and B's without the B's. But could you just practice, have a few? Like, it would kill you to go home tonight and draw a few practice drumsticks?
Hey.
Watch the cricket and draw a few sticks.
Okay, I will.
I mean, this will be on my body forever, so take it seriously. But if you guys do a good job...
I feel like I'm the only one taking it seriously. That's what I'm feeling.
I believe in you guys. This is an inspirational moment for the band. This will be a bit of a remember the time when you guys came together and freehand drew a pair of excellent textbook drumsticks on my upper bicep.
You remember it every time you have a shower.
Yeah,
your whole life.
My son will remember it every time he goes to rub the drawings off my arm and can't figure out why they won't go.
This is, it's exciting for me. Welcoming to the show, Jake King. Of course, people will remember him, ex-AFL football player for Richmond. It just so happens that you're here because we rang and said to your place, City of Ink, you were the closest tattoo place, and then realised that you were chatting to us when we said, could someone come in and give us a gun? I guess 30 seconds of experience and knowledge, and then then Jack and I are going to have a go at tattooing Hamish's arm.
So, Jank, you're here to, I guess, supervise, hygienically, that the tattoo equipment's all top notch, and it looks bloody good.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks good. Straight out of China, so can't go wrong.
That's good to hear.
Perfect.
Straight out of the box.
So first,
Jack, you just tell Andy and Jack how to do it, and then I'll get my tattoo done.
We've got a few questions. First, Jack, you probably have a few questions as well, but Jake, how hard do you press down?
That's a good one.
Well, I'll set the needle up so you can run it off the tube. So what happens is it'll go in a certain depth, and no matter how hard you push, it actually won't go any deeper.
What are we talking, 2 mil?
Probably about 4.
Jeez,
so 3 to 4.
Okay.
So I'm guessing starting off, I don't want to put it any deeper because being mates as we do, we tend to not care about the other one's feelings so much. So
you've heard our band rehearsals.
That's not true, Ham.
Thanks, man.
I care about you greatly.
For people just tuning in, the tattoo I want to get is 2 drumsticks because I'm the drummer of our band. Crossed over. So obviously the front stick is easy to draw. You draw the full stick.
Yes.
And the one crossed behind is gap. There's gaps involved there. There's, you're taking their needle off and putting it back on. That's Jack's stick.
Jack, do you want me to go first or you to go first?
I'm happy to go either way. I'm a good drawer, so if you want me to leave a gap for you to draw the drumstick through the middle...
Front stick goes first. That'd be impossible. You won't get through that gap. Certainly you won't hit it twice.
Exactly. I think it's probably best that the front stick goes first than you...
Because then if front stick's on there, Jack, you can look at it and go, okay, I'll match that stick. What I want you guys to do, because there's a very... Normally when you get a tattoo, Jake, correct me if I'm wrong here, but as you can see, I've got a fair bit of ink. Yeah. You sort of draw it on like a bit of paper and it's like carbon and then that transfers on the arm and, it just takes ages, that process.
Yeah,
so I want these guys to freestyle their sticks.
Jake, how many people have you seen just come in and not have any kind of template and just freestyle the ink?
Like this, without actually drawing it onto the skin even?
Yeah.
None. So.
Isn't it true that in tattoo circles, this is that's a really high regarded, you're like a black belt of tattooing if you don't need to.
I think you're the master. So my concern
Look at that, guys. So if you get it right, you guys are straight to black belt.
Yeah. My concern was I actually said, righto, print out the drumsticks and then trace it onto the bit of paper so you can stencil it onto the arm.
Yeah.
And then you boys said no. So I just assumed you were going to freehand draw it on the arm. And my concern was if you freehand draw it on the arm, when you go to wipe away the ink or if there's a bit of blood, you might wipe off the actual ink to the stencil. And
Then I told you
I got told,
no, we're just going to go for it.
You're just going
you guys know what a drumstick looks like. I mean, what are you simple? You don't know what a drumstick looks like? It's a very thin sausage with a little knob on the end.
Like Hamish with his drums and has no idea what he's doing.
That's the point.
We're just going to have a go for it. Okay, Ham, pass me the piece of paper.
I want you guys now, this is the last shot you get. I want you to practice.
Yep. How big do you want it?
Very, very, same size as the anchor. I just want it next to the anchor.
Okay, so that's about 2 centimetres.
Mate, it's about 4.5.
It's a start of a sleeve. That's what it is.
It is a sleeve, Jake.
Jake, he wants it very small. It's actually hard to draw small because it's more fine details. Whereas if we were drawing it big, it would be quite easy.
Yeah, definitely. So the smaller it is, the harder it's going to be.
How do you feel about it? Andy's drawn his stick. Jack, I want you to draw your stick behind it because I know this won't go on my arm, obviously.
This is great, Andy.
You guys will then freestyle that. You're in good nick, Ando. So you're on what we call a hot streak in the freehand tattooing game, which is you've come off a good drawing. So the next drawing you do should be good. Yeah. Jack's doing his stick too.
Okay, Jack.
So now we can have a little picture. They're great, guys. Look at that, Jake. These guys can draw.
Yeah, it looks like a time symbol, but it's okay. It's actually...
I'm a maths fan.
He does love maths. All right, what we simply did that so we can compare how...
And I can hold it up afterwards to see how
we went under pressure versus how we've gone beforehand. All right, we go to a song on the other side of this.
So can I just ask, you obviously, do you do some tattooing, Jake?
Yep.
Yeah. What's the difference between drawing with pen on paper and drawing with a tattoo gun on human flesh? What's the big difference in like?
Do I go really slowly
in conditions?
Well, what you'll find is drawing on a bit of paper. It's actually you're very relaxed and easy. But when you're actually about to put it on someone's body and you know it's going to be there for the rest of their lives, and you can't rub it out or throw it away or wipe it off, nerves tend to kick in just a little bit. So
this is actually an excellent test for our band.
Yes, definitely.
See if you can control your nerves, guys.
Yeah, I'm about to tattoo you, Ham. I'm sitting in front of you. You have your arm presenting.
I'm a little tattoo pad. Do you need to put ink in that first?
Well, and Jake is standing by. Essentially, everybody, we're just going to try and freestyle it. There is no template. Hamish did want a new tat to obviously continue his sleeve.
What's the diff, though, between having...
Do you want the drumsticks facing up or down?
Good call. Yeah, up, actually.
Up. Okay.
That's upside down. Okay, what's the diff between, just drawing a line on and having it stenciled versus doing it again? You can repeat... It's a drumstick. It's two drumsticks crossed over each other. It's not a hard tattoo to do. No. You're going to do one drumstick, hand it over to Jack. Yep. I wish people could have heard the discussion in here between you guys and Jake, who's just come up from City of Ink, only a few doors away from the studio here, rapidly trying to explain to you how to tattoo a human being.
And you were saying to me, Jake, that I'll feel the ink, the needle go in.
You'll feel it go in.
I'll feel it go in.
Yeah. And then I just move slowly.
And then just drag it along as if you're drawing, just nice and slow, as if you're tracing something.
As if you're playing a bagpipe note.
Outside the lines.
So this might be over within
seconds,
20 seconds or so.
Ando. If you want to butcher it, maybe, but just take your time.
Take your time. Okay. Remember, it's forever on my arm.
Now, it doesn't look like I've got any ink in my gun yet.
So you want to dip it into the ink over there.
Yeah, just like this.
Dip the end of it in.
Yep. And then what?
Put your foot just on the machine, and that'll activate the machine in your hand.
Easy, Ando.
So do I push the foot there?
Yep.
There you go.
Doesn't seem to be activated.
Have we pulled it out or something?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm pressing the wrong side.
Yep. So the good thing about this, Ando, is like Jake said, nice and smooth. You know in Karate Kid, how Mr. Miyagi makes Daniel's son do heaps of stuff that he doesn't think is like karate, like paint the fence, wash the car. That's what this is about. Nice and smooth, master your nerves, just like you'll have to on stage with our band on Monday night.
So do I have it buzzing when I stab him?
No, so buzz it before it actually goes contact.
We should point out, Facebook Live, if people are near our Facebook page, you can watch this happening live, the live tattooing.
So start buzzing now.
Buzz now.
And then...
Stretch your skin.
Oh, wow. I saw how...
Yep. Yeah, it buzzes back and forth very fast because it's a needle that's putting ink under the skin.
Okay.
Do you know what are you doing? Downstroke, upstroke?
Upstroke.
Cool.
Here we go.
You're the tattoo artist.
How are you feeling about it?
Do your best. I trust you. I believe in you.
Try and keep it straight when you're going.
So Andy is just about to hit
I'm going in now,
Hamish's skin for the first time on his upper bicep, drawing a drumstick. Here we go. Are you going in or are you just...
I think you are. I mean, I can certainly feel a needle going into my skin.
Okay, he's taken his time, which is good.
Yep.
So he told us to stop.
Jake's just told you to stop and have a wipe. We've got our first line. You started wobbly, but you regained form, didn't you?
Yes. So I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed. It's probably more of it's a bit more of a bell end than I'd hoped.
Yep.
Probably.
It's
but
not too phallic at this stage, and that was always going to be the concern, that it looked like I had 2 little Ds and no Bs on my arm.
Yeah, but I think we're
But
fine.
at the moment, you're doing really well. So let's just bring it home and rejoin the bottom there. A little bit of blood coming out. That's all right. That's a tattoo, man. I've got a lot of this ink before. I mean,
Okay,
if
sure.
I was scared of blood, I wouldn't have the amount of bloody tattoos I have. Isn't that right, Jacko?
They're very small.
Yeah.
Now, Jake, as Andy does the second side of the drumstick.
Shall I go for it?
Yep. So try and
Pick it up from the top.
Yep, from
the top.
where you left off.
Okay.
So foot first.
There we go. Nice and easy, mate. You're definitely in.
And is there a risk if he gets the lines of the drumstick too close together, they'll bleed together, or it doesn't really matter?
There you go. You might be done.
I think I might have done it.
Oh, it's a bit wobbly.
Yeah, but that's
Shit,
because
it's okay.
that sticks do get hit up a bit. Like
They
it's
do.
Like,
It's got kinks in it, doesn't it? From the cymbals. Ando, you've done a good job.
Well done.
I mean, it's a wiggly worm, but
maybe if you flex, you'll straighten it out.
I'd have to flex in a very awkward way.
So the important thing now for you, Jack, is to match that. Just so it doesn't look like I've done the wrong one.
I mean, it does look like a plastic spoon that's been left on the stove a bit and melted.
Gosh, my heart was racing a bit.
Yeah, did you get addicted, mate?
Pardon?
Addicted? I felt like you and I were in prison for a second. just passing away the days.
Okay, I'm out of the... So, diff in, Jack.
Yeah, take your gloves off.
Oh,
Jack!
Sorry, I've made a mess there. I've sprayed the ink across the table.
Jack has exploded the ink everywhere.
It's okay. Is it okay?
Better to make your mistakes outside of the skin, though, rather than in.
Oh,
It's okay. It's just made a mess.
Ando, if this is a test on how Jack's handling his nerves, that worries me.
Exactly. And Jack, you've got to start the song.
Yeah, I'll do it during the song if you want.
No, I'm saying you've got to start the song when we're out there on set.
On stage, you have to handle your nerves a lot better than this. Now, Jack, is your head in the game?
I haven't even learnt where the button is. Where am I pressing?
There's no button, it's on your foot!
Push your foot down first.
Oh, yep, now I see him go. Okay,
Yep.
I'm ready, Jake, and
good luck.
I'm ready, Hames. So I'm going to pull your skin back a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, sprayed some
Keep it
ink
straight.
rogue
Try and
ink
keep
in.
it straight.
Try and keep it straight.
Oh, that's a lot harder. That's not how you draw with a pen.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
Particularly you, mate.
I'm going to actually go downwards rather than up.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good luck, everyone.
He's a wobbly old thing, isn't he?
So keep your foot down. Keep your foot down. The whole time.
Where is he going? Where is he going, man? Where's he going?
Keep your foot on it the whole time.
Jack,
Okay, did that hurt?
yeah, but you've gone the wrong way.
No. I'm going down like that and back up.
But
he's okay. He's okay.
No. Trust me.
you know he's not.
Keep your foot down. Don't take your foot off.
Confident, mate.
Thanks, Jake. Sorry, Hames.
Hey, Jack. Oh.
No, that's okay.
He's making an absolute mess of my arm.
To describe it for people at home, it's certainly a
Hang on,
wider
we'll put some more
drumstick. It's more of a
It's
more of a drumstick on a ruler.
The way you're going, Jack. I mean, if you're trying to keep this symmetrical,
I'm
you're
just
trying to
putting
keep this
some more-
symmetrical. You've done a drumstick that's
Putting
about
some more ink in the
a foot and a half
needle.
longer than Andy's
Ready
one.
to go back to the operating table.
He's heading up. He's now gone very high and done.
You've gone so fast, you panicked, Pete. And
I'm not.
you've drawn a sick tadpole.
No. Can I tidy up this bottom end of the
You can
stick?
try and touch up that
Yeah,
little bit.
just a
there.
little touch up.
Go real slowly over the line.
Straight again, Jack. You're on an angle again.
Oh, sorry, Andy.
Keep your foot on it.
Sorry, Andy. You butchered my arm, mate.
Okay, there we go. We stop.
I bet if I could go again, I would be a lot better.
This is what you want your tattoo artist to say after he's finished your tattoo. Hey, boys. That's pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, they're not the same length.
Let's review it. Let's review it after this.
It looks like a spoon on a sausage.
Okay.
But you did it, Jack. You did it without a drawing, mate.
Well
You're
done.
a black belt.
Jake, have you seen a tattoo like that on any other person? I mean, you've probably seen some botched jobs about.
No, definitely not. I'm
Like, have you
actually
seen-
sweating and nervous for you.
Have you seen guys come out of prison with worse tattoos than that?
No, not really.
No, because you'd be dead meat, Jack, if you did that to someone in jail.
It's a good first effort. Good first
You're in
try.
shock, aren't you?
A little bit.
We'll go to a break.
Guys, I love
Hamish
it.
Andy.
That's with me forever, and it's exactly what I wanted. Come and have a look at the tattoos, guy. I mean,
So,
the idea was
can I
it was
say-
going to be a drumstick.
Now, Jack definitely had the harder position
He did.
because he was second.
But he also had an example of how long to draw the stick already on my arm, because when you draw crossed sticks, and you've already drawn one stick, Ando, I would assume, and my fault, because I didn't explicitly say this out loud, I was hoping for same length drumsticks. And you're not to know this, Jack, because you're not a drummer, but in the drum world, we usually do play with same length sticks. I would say you drew a drumstick, Ando, and Jack, you drew like a riding whip length. Like quite a longer instrument you've drawn than a drumstick.
What we should do on the road at a small town where we stop, hopefully someone that hasn't heard this, we should go up.
I'll get them to identify what the tattoo
and just
is
go
of.
up and say, what do you think this is?
Right.
Because I reckon
we could do that Monday, it's some way on our way to Wodonga. We just stop off somewhere in a small town and walk in and just do the test. We ask 5 people. If 1 out of 5 say drumsticks, Sam, would you be happy?
Yep, that's kind of yours. Looks a bit like a paintbrush, Ando. It depends which end you look at. I feel like I've got a paintbrush and an Alphorn.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I've got a spoon hitting a sausage. And sometimes it looks like a hurling stick, which is an odd sport they play in Ireland.
Yeah,
but I'm not wrong, am I?
No, it's not.
Hey guys, but I tell you what I do think of this tat. Yeah. I love it because you tried. It was from the heart, and now it's a part of all of us.
Particularly you.
Well, your effort is now in my body. Which is not something you get to say often.
No, it's not. It was meant to be a rest day. You still wanted to go on a social committee activity.
Well, we're a band, Ando, and the whole week we've been touring. I have tried to organise and engage your brains in fun social activities that aren't just gigging and travelling.
Exactly, but today we thought of all days, Jack, we might at least get one day off.
I thought it was a rest day, so I thought we'd be resting.
But the social activity is fun, and fun is a good way to rest.
They hadn't been so far. We'd been at a pier, a wooden pier.
Largest in Brisbane.
We'd been at a John Deere dealership.
Largest in the North Island of New Zealand.
And look, we'd been in a flight simulator at the RAF base, but that did make me feel sick. Hey, we pick up the action, though, as you insisted that on our rest day, we continue to another social activity.
Okay, guys. Here we go. Pulling in.
Awesome Thai massages across the road.
Yes.
In your own time, you can go and get one. Are you aware...
You're a goose.
Are you aware that a lot of people
idiot.
find the process of being tattooed a very comfortable and relaxing process? Some people are even addicted to it.
It's not comfortable and relaxing. It's painful. It's painful.
It's not. I've had it done a lot. You wouldn't even know. I've had it done a lot.
I've
and
been
it's
there
very
while
relaxing.
you've had it done and you've been squealing.
Very relaxing for me now. I'm used to the pain. The pain is cathartic. Andy, did you not promise in front of Pink that as soon as we finished our radio careers, you'll get a tattoo of me on you?
Yeah, we've. I did say that at the time,
and I said, and if I like that, I'll get one of you.
We also say heaps of things.
And now, Jack, you've already got ink, so this shouldn't be a big problem for you. I thought we could all get team tattoos.
Oh yeah.
I am going to get a tattoo, and I've done a picture of your face. I'm going to get a portrait of you tattooed on my arm, and I'd like you to put a portrait of me on your arm.
I will not.
Please do.
I'll have a think about it.
Have a think about it, Jack. I think it might be nice if you take both the Andy picture and the Hamish picture and put it on your arm.
No.
But we've meant so much to you.
No, I definitely don't want to do it because then it doesn't seem reciprocal. Like, I'll get your guys' face, but you get each other's, and that doesn't feel like band
So if
unity.
we incorporate you, Jack...
All right, I'll put...
I don't want to be on your arms either, so...
I think I know what you're saying. As today's social activity, okay, I'll do a picture of Andy and I'll do a picture of Jack. I'm going to get you both tattooed on my arm.
No, you don't have to do me.
I will do you, Jack. I will do you.
Do you want?
And Andy will do me and Jack, and then Jack, you will do me and Andy. That is unreal. Can you imagine we've all got pictures of each other going out? We will be unstoppable as a band if we all get each other tattooed on our arms. But before Andy would commit to the ink, he had to make a phone call.
Hello?
It's Andy, Mum.
Hi, darling. How are you?
Yeah, really well, really well. Just a quick one.
Yes.
Hamish has taken us, I'm not sure if you've been listening to the show, but we go on social activities.
Oh, yes. I heard the shortest bridge or whatever.
No, longest bridge, Mark.
It was actually a pier. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Hamish is trying to make me get a tattoo.
I'm not.
No. Andy always wants to do what I would be happy with.
Yes. I love my mum, and I would never do anything to disappoint her. So you asking me to disappoint my mum?
I am, for the sake of the band.
You're saying something and Michael's saying something. What are you saying, Michael?
Let him get a tattoo, I think, is what Mike's saying. Let the boy have what.
No, Michael, the boss, has said just say no.
Okay, thank you.
Say no worries.
Thanks, Mum.
No.
Appreciate that. That's good to know. All right. Thanks, Mum. Love you. Bye.
Love you too.
Bye.
Well,
you heard it, man.
Today's social activity is all about growing up and rebelling a little bit. Are we rock stars?
Jack?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Let's rebel, even if our mums say no to getting tats.
Oh, not mum. Hard no from me. Look, I was caught between a rock and a hard place. Mum was there, and she's obviously on the phone. She said no, so what she says goes. But obviously,
but in a tattoo parlour, and I'm stepping up and I'm saying, "Come on, boys, I'll jump in first, and I'll get the ink on me."
Anyway, this has a few more chapters.
Well, you're about to find out exactly what my tattoo is next. It really meant a lot to me because I'd drawn it myself.
I couldn't believe it's after this.
This is the Hamish and Andy Show podcast.
I'm not sure if you used a Groupon as you took us to our social activity today.
I didn't, Ando, because we have such a strong relationship with City of Ink Tattooing. the Jake at City of Ink, he's who helped last year. This is where we pick up the action today when I did take you guys as a surprise to the tattoo parlour. I thought it'd be a great way to bond the band if we all got matching tattoos. And I had come up with the concept of what I thought was a really touching tribute to the band. I'd hand-drawn portraits of your faces.
Well, they were tiny circles.
And why do you say you had hand-drawn? You did it when we were in the tattoo parlour.
I had an idea of what I wanted to draw, and it came out perfectly on
Jake
the day.
said, "Hey, what do you want?" And you gave me a scrap bit of paper, and you drew
with a bic
to a grade 2 level,
mate,
2 circular heads.
I'm not a great drawer, so sue me. It's still a touching gesture that I drew a picture of your face and a picture of your face, Jack, and said, "Put this on my flesh."
Yes,
burn this into my flesh with ink.
And you were trying to convince Jack and I to do the same.
Well, I thought it'd be nice if we all had portraits of each other on our bodies. Now, where we pick up the action, I'm getting the heads tattooed onto my left arm as part of my tattoo sleeve. I have quite a lot of ink.
You convinced me to draw a small circular version of you.
To see what it might look like.
See what it might look like. Not that I really cared at the moment.
So I'm getting mine tattooed in. All I've received is fierce no's from you two. Yep. But as the social coordinator of the group, I thought if I'm going to bring us all to a tattoo parlour and demand we get tats, I've got to go first, and that's where we pick up the action.
And you know what I just saw? Jack lifting up his top, having a think about where he might put it.
Wow. Jack's going to go
Jacko, surely the band means something to you.
Being in here, I feel like a tattoo. I just don't want the little circle heads.
I've got zero desire to get one, but I can see it in your head. It's sticking over.
I do want one, but I don't want the little heads. To give an idea of how small our heads are on Hamish's arm, he's got a tattoo of the 5 Olympic rings that Olympians get. We could fit easily into one of the rings.
Oh, yeah.
Well, get it then if it's so small.
I don't want to.
So Jack was still a work in progress, but in the meantime, my tattoo was finished. 2 wonderful, hand-drawn, permanent tributes to my bandmates, Andy and Jack. And then, out of nowhere, this happened.
Guess what, Ham? I'm in.
Yes!
Here's the kicker. I'm not putting Jack on.
Well, if anything is fracturing the band, it's got to be this.
Put him on. No, the reason I'm doing this is because I did say back in the day that I'd have a representation of you on me when we were there with Pink. This is purely just to level that.
This is to level the score with Pink?
Yes, this is to level the score with the listeners, a promise I made. But I'm in.
That makes sense, Jacko.
Well, you know what I want to do now? Just get Hamish.
It's fine. You can do what you want.
But I don't want that on me.
They look exactly the same. But after a few phone calls to his wife and many looks in the mirror, Jack came back to the group, demanded silence, and announced this.
All right, guys, I'm going to do it too.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it.
Wow. On your face?
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
To show that I'm a bigger man than Andy, who's decided to omit me from it, I'm still going to get Andy. I'm actually going to get the full band.
Wow!
3 heads.
That is
3 heads.
Incredible.
Whoa.
I want to tie us together properly.
That's actually really
It's really good.
It's really nice.
And that's a beautiful progression. Andy's got one, I got two, and Jack's got the full band.
Yeah.
That's just social, isn't it?
And then your mum can still be happy, Andy, because you can go, well, look what the other guys got. I did a tiny one.
Actually, that's really good. That's nice outfit. I needed.
Are we working together? The tattoo parlour has brought us together.
We are working together.
Cool Boys and the Frontman coming together with band tats. Huge. Back to you guys.
Who?
Us in the studio. Social activity complete.
Thanks for the throw there, Ham.
Yes, we can hear you, Ham. Yeah, mate, we got you loud and clear. And congratulations to you and the rest of the band for coming together, forged by blood and ink. We are now a band for life. Ladies and gentlemen, please. We're still buzzing from the high of getting band tats. I've never felt closer to you guys in my life.
Yep.
It feels great, doesn't it, Jack?
We're on a different level now.
Exactly.
We used to bond over insults and pushing each other around, and now we have a deeper bond that I can't really even explain.
That's so true, because we're bonded by blood on the eve of our biggest show. And we actually didn't mention there on air, it's the inside of your right heel. You have a very small... You drew it yourself. It's a picture of my head. Again, for people wanting to imagine this, if you're not near social media, it's about the diameter of a pea, each of these heads. But they're clearly drawings of the other members of the band. I'll have people stopping me in the street going, is that Andy Lee on your shoulder? Yeah, that's him, mate. Drew it myself. And I've got your face there, Jack. Jack, you're going to have people looking at your rib cage where you got the three heads going, bit arrogant, photo of yourself on your chest.
Yes, but it represents the band. I've got obviously Hamish and Andy there also.
To Jack's credit, he has the acronym of the whole band, Cool Boys and the Frontman, underneath it.
Jack, yours looks tough as hell.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Really good.
Exactly. If we ever end up in prison, I'm going to try and be your friend.
Yeah, we're with this guy over here.
Exactly. Are they a web geezer? Are they up on the socials? Yeah.
Everyone, we're in the lounge here. We're in the suite here at Crown Towers. Yeah. I'm surprised the web geezer's not in a bubble bath. Guys, I went to the toilet before, and there is one of the washing machines in the toilet, like the spray, and it's got a hairdryer.
Washing machine.
It's got the special buttons.
It washes you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant there's a washing machine.
Guys, there's a really small washing machine in the bathroom. You have to flush it. It's really, really weird. And then your socks disappear. I think it might be a toilet. No, it's got it sprays you and it air dries you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, I know we'll keep doing the show,
like
but
a showering washing.
Yes, it's a B-day, but at 6 o'clock we've got some free time, so let's just give you the heads up of what else you can enjoy in the room.
Good fun. Go to our social pipes, HamishAndy.com. The pictures of our wicked tats are up there, bringing the band together. Hey, we've got to go to a break here. On the other side of this, though, we've had a segment on this show running probably 10 years where we crossed to our sorry excuse of a US correspondent. His name's Brad Blanks. He caught up with Margot Robbie ahead of her new film.
I, Tonya.
I, Tonya is the film. We're going to cross to Brad one last time straight after this break.